Greetings, stowaways. This episode contains a content warning for wounds and gore. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Flintlocks and Fireballs, where a handful of mad actors will attempt to survive the treacherous waters of Dungeons and Dragons. I am your host and Dungeon Master Jason Phelps, and I'm joined as ever by Robbie, Flintlocks and Fireballs, Bellekom.
Ooh.
Sam, Muskets and Muskrats, Burns. And Ellie, Biscuits and Beavers, Sparrow.
Oh, what is the podcast Biscuits and Beavers about?
It's about
veterinary science.
Just adorable cups of tea as you attempt to build a dam.
Oh, that sounds very chill.
Okay, I don't know what it is as a role-playing game, but I'm now very much imagining some sort of weird beaver colony management game where you just have adorable little beaver creatures trying to build a dam.
I mean, you obviously have two stats.
Awesome.
Biscuits and beavers.
Biscuits or beaver.
Yeah, of course.
Biscuits or beavers. Biscuits or beaver is very different.
Oh, okay. Yep.
On that cheerful note, it's time to ask Future Us.
Did you find
Biscuits
the beaver?
or beaver? Or rather, what messages from the present?
Beaver.
It's Future Jason with a message from the present. Unfortunately, we'll be taking another break as we were not able to record nearly as much during May as we had hoped. So we'll be back in mid-July, with any luck, a much restored buffer, and ready to continue our adventures in the Cirrus Citadel from there. For now, back to you, Past Jason.
I find such joy in talking over a catchphrase of yours. I don't do it very often, I'm sparing, but it really makes me laugh.
And on that cheerful note, it's time to begin Flintlocks and Fireballs. Our land stands on the sabre's edge.
Our cities are a powder keg.
Brother chains, brother, no one's free. A life on land is short, you'll see.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.
Previously on Flintlocks and Fireballs. The party are apparently in Alisant University's High Energy Active Thaumaturgy Department circa 2023. Except that a number of things are obviously wrong. For one thing, one member of the party is definitely Tamara Wilde, aka Tammy, a music student, who for some reason woke up this morning seeing everything as a instead of the cheerful, bright, sunny university campus, a mysterious, dank underground dungeon. Meanwhile, two other members of the party include Skataka Duel, an NB half-orc, who instead has the memories of a tiefling sorcerer. And also now has the appearance of one, at least to themselves. To everyone else, they still appear to be the NB half orc that they would expect to be. Meanwhile, the third party member is, of course, Corzin Horhace, who up until recently saw himself as a balding middle-aged gnome, apparently called Bitey Cotton Thread, but is now able to correctly perceive his own appearance, although everyone else is still seeing him as Bitey. The party have ventured into, as mentioned, Alisont University's heat lab, and have managed to infiltrate, at this point, their second department, having worked their way through optical engineering, kidnapped one of the faculty staff by turning...
That's such a strong word.
Dr. Vintner into a land snail. After he so gallantly attempted to fix Skatak's memory for them. And along the way have also taken hostage fellow students Hubert, Chanterelle, and have also acquired a pet in the form of a stray ginger cat called Stabber. Oh, and of course one other student who appears to be along for the kidnapping, the blue-haired human girl Diana, who appears to be able to do magic without a phone. It's just little comments like this that remind me how much weirdly specific and temporary law we've established for this one environment we are unlikely to enter again.
You say we.
Yeah.
What you mean is you.
Campaign 5?
So, on that cheerful note, you have, after destroying a piece of laboratory equipment in the optical engineering department, everyone suddenly seemed to be able to accurately perceive their own appearance, with Tammy's self-appearance changing to that of a tall drow woman. Sorry, which is has been a bit of a shock there. Especially because all of the rest of you are still seeing a strawberry blonde human woman. Because your ability to see everyone else has not changed.
Okay.
Tammy is also the only one who seems to be able to perceive spirits. Corzin is not able to do so. While attempting to evade, a couple of guards accompanying apparently one Dr. Archers, a human man with reflective silvery spectacles and white lab coat, who looked to be almost about to catch them. They turned into the Abjuration department, only to discover what appeared to be a security hub of some sort. To recap, you find yourselves in, and if there are any slight changes from last time, except then take this as a slight recall.
It's been a while, deal with it.
It's been a while since we last sat down to record, honestly. You, as the doors slide open, you find yourselves entering a circular chamber, about 60 foot in diameter. At the far end, I'd say on the near side, to the left and right, along the walls are rows and rows, well, sort of two rows, one on either side, of cabinets, which appear, from those that are open, to be filled with weapons. This appears to be some sort of armoury. You can see inside a number of curious metallic batons, a selection of what appear to be almost pistols, except that instead of pistol barrels, they appear to have wands attached to them. And a couple of things that look more reminiscent of blunderbusses and muskets. If you took the stock of these long arms and instead attached them to rods or staves. These very much appear to be magically based arms of some description. You can see these because 4 of these lockers are currently open, in the process of which black uniformed security guards are currently removing the weapons in the instant before they see you. On the opposite side of the room, there is, taking up the far third of the room, a raised mezzanine, which is broadly semicircular in appearance. On the lower level, to either side of it, there are sealed doors leading out of this chamber, but the mezzanine itself has one little set of steps leading up to it in the centre, and then around the outside, much like the lair of a Bond villain, are a number of essentially monitoring desks, upon which there seem to be emplaced scrying orbs with projecting small images into the air above, where you can see 6 seated security guards are presently studying those very images. In the centre of this mezzanine, there is a huge, 10-foot wide orb sunk into the floor, above which appears to be projected an image of the entire facility. Let me know if you look at that in any detail at any point, but
okay.
But you can see that it appears to be full of little brightly coloured dots moving around the different locations in the layout. There are presently 5 security guards gathered around that central orb. I'll say, by the way, there are 8 security guards on the lower level, just scattered around. The far wall appears to be blank, but Tammy, you can see that there is another huge orb set into the wall, surrounded by complex silvery mage metal type work, in runic inscriptions and the like, and generally a similar appearance to of some sort of involved piece of magical equipment. Several sections of this are armoured, some sections are more exposed than others. So, in this moment, as you step in, you notice the 19 security guards here.
Eep.
They notice you.
Yay!
No one has a surprise round. Everyone please roll initiative.
Hey.
It's just...
Ooh, that's decent.
7.
Cool.
10. Sorry, I've forgotten how to do number 23. No, 22. Maths. Yeah.
Maths.
Adding 5 to things is hard sometimes.
Agreed.
Okay, and I realize I forgot to roll for Diana. Cool. Alright. So, looking at as... For the purposes of this, we can safely assume that Stabber the Cat, Hubert, and... Nope. I just want to say Tammy, and it's not Tammy. Shanty. There we go. Are all basically going to dive for cover rather than get involved in this.
Fair.
Okay, so Tammy, you.
Oh God, am I first? Shit.
You are up first. I'm going to say to describe things immediately. So you're acting before anyone else. You're all at the bottom end of this entryway into this room. There is 15 feet to your right. There is an open weapons cabinet locker, in which, from which you can see a security guard is in the process of pulling out a pistol. You can see that there is
actually a conveniently placed guard on the little map that I've done.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Can I ask you to roll 2d4 for me, please.
2d4.
And just tell me what each d4
I can.
was.
I've just got to find some that I don't hate. Because, this is the time to be fussy. Nope, I hate that one. Where are the ones I don't hate?
I can hear the sound of people relating to you right now.
What was that?
I said I can hear the sound of people relating to you right now.
I've rolled a 1 and a 2.
Okay. You can see there is currently unattended inside this open cabinet a baton, a metallic baton, and one of those little pistol wands. You can also see...
Pistol wand?
Yes.
Sounds fun.
You can also see...
Dangerous.
that immediately to your left, you are standing beside Skatak, who is who is loosely holding I think you said, Skatak, that you were loosely holding. You were actually holding that bracelet you discovered as well.
Yeah, I still got that just in my hands.
Yeah. So, although you do not presently have any weapons, you have a number of options to choose from.
I know you want to give me that bracer, but it doesn't look like a weapon. I don't know what it does,
And
but
I
I know
haven't
what a
been
gun
able to
does.
tell you, yeah.
Yeah.
In character, I haven't yet told you that. So.
No, you haven't. We've talked about it off air, but I don't actually know that as Tammy. Annoyingly. It's a bugger that I rolled first, really, isn't it? I mean, I want a gun. I want a wand gun, because I'd like to know what they do. And I think out of the two, Tammy would think that looks easiest.
Okay.
To be honest.
I think that makes sense. It costs you 15 feet of movement to run over to the thing, and I'm going to say just a bonus action to grab it.
Get it, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Tammy, you run to your right, grab the pistol out of the locker to the. Literally, as the guard is reaching for it, who turns, makes eye contact with you in a moment of shock.
Oh, I have a terrible instinct.
What do you do now?
Absolutely terrible. This is not a good idea. It's not going to work out. But it's. This character does not think they can take 19 guards. Doesn't know if you two can fight. So. There's a guy next to me, isn't there? Mm-hmm. I'd like to grab him in manner of hostage situation.
Yeah?
And shout out to the room, somebody tell me what the fuck is going on or he dies, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's...
Someone here must know what's up with us all seeing different shit.
Okay, so you can... so this is... you don't get multiple melee attacks, do you?
I
think you get maybe 2?
I don't think I don't. Get... Oh god, I've no idea.
I'm literally just going
to. I don't think so. I don't think I ever get multi-attacks.
You're not a Valor Bard.
No, I'm not. I don't think I have multi-attacks. Okay. I just get good spells.
In which case, I'm
like if I get multi-attacks, I full on miss.
Well, in that case, I'm technically, I suppose this is. I mean, this is a grapple check, so I guess you're making an athletics check.
Oh, good. I'm really good at that. Great. Oh, it's a 9.
Yeah, no, sorry. I try to think no, you haven't really got enough of an edge to get advantage on this. I will say that you try and go for the guy and grab hold of him, and like shove you grab hold of him, try and shove the pistol against his head as you shout this, but he, with the practiced skill of a security guard, basically manages to grab your arm and and pull it away, escaping your grasp. You are still next to him.
Can I do anything else? Probably not. I don't know. I mean, half tempted to give up on the grapple and just point the gun at his head.
I mean, if you wanted, this thing would normally have multiple attacks. I'll let you take one attack with it if you want.
Up to you. I don't want to take the piss.
Yeah, it feels a bit like it's. I don't want to penalise you for taking a good character action that is not necessarily a tactically poor action.
Okay.
So
can I shoot him in the legs then?
You can certainly try. I
I
can't
want to have a
guarantee.
go.
I can't guarantee.
I don't feel like Tammy's are get in there with a headshot kind of. I just don't feel like.
Maybe not
people do
intentionally.
that. Yeah.
You've gone from naught to murder very quickly.
Yeah. But you do your best to try and subdue him. So make.
I'm going for shoot him in the leg and then point gun at head in intended manner, basically.
Yeah. So I guess this would be a. Call it dexterity plus proficiency. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's decent. Dexterity. That's. Oh my god, what is wrong with my brain today? It's a 25. Jesus. Right.
Oh wow, that hits.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll 3d6.
A 10.
Okay.
Oh, do you ever have a day where your numbers just no? That's
Frequently.
it's not happening today.
Frequently.
Looked at 2 4s and a 2 on a dice and was like, I don't know what they make.
Okay.
Woof.
You try and grab him around the neck and threaten him with the gun. He pulls himself out and grabs you by the arm, going for his stun baton instead. In a panic, you just fire down, and you see and the end of the wand lights up. And with a little swirl of runes coming into existence, a spear of fire shoots out of the end and goes through his leg. Screaming, the guard falls to the ground.
Now I will point it at his
and
face.
now you're pointing it at his face.
And I'll just look round and be like, not fucking around here. Answers. It's time.
Okay. That is your opening move. Can I ask you for an intimidation check?
Of course you can. That is... It's only a 34. Is that enough?
Only?
Only a 34.
That's not even a crit. That's crazy.
It's not a crit. It's 100 a crit.
Okay.
I mean, what it's enough for is obviously your call. But it's in some way threatening, one imagines.
Not a dry seat in the house.
I'm going to say it's enough that the various... Okay. The various... I'm going to say that the... 7 plus the guy on the floor guards... on the lower, on the mezzanine level, draw already weapons, a mixture of, it looks like mostly stun batons, while 4 of the guards up above draw pistols, but seeing the hostage situation develop, they hesitate, waiting. Some of them look towards the other figure, one of the guards on the mezzanine stood by the scrying orb, a buff-looking bugbear with an eye patch. So,
that's information.
they appear to be waiting for orders. which is enough. Which means that they're going to hold action. So, Scamp, you are able to act instead. Not Scamp.
Okay.
Scamp doesn't exist. Scatter.
Well, Scatter's confused and doesn't know if Scamp exists or not, so who knows?
Literally can't remember the name Scamp.
Ooh.
Has anyone said the name Scamp? I can't
I
remember.
must
if we
have
actually
done
got
at
round-
some point.
Yeah, but you can't remember anyone saying it prior to the today.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, obviously
Well,
up to you
well-
if you keep the hostage situation or not, but that's
Yeah.
what my brain did. So.
I mean, I have this thing that I know is some sort of perception-y, trajectory thing. And I know one person in the group is seeing things differently. So I'm just going to shuffle over to Tammy and go, and just like put it on her wrist. Because it's like a bracer, isn't it? Can
Yeah.
I just see if that does anything?
Okay.
I think this might be more useful with you.
Right. Quite.
Please don't shoot me or anyone.
Why would I shoot you? What would that do?
I
Okay,
don't know, honestly. I'll turn
you-
someone to a snail.
You don't have time for an extended conversation. You hustle over, awkwardly shuffling and
We exchange a nod.
get a few words in as you clamp the bracer around onto Tammy's free wrist.
Try that.
I'm going to say that is because Tammy's willing. That's only a bonus action. It's the equivalent of just handing them something, handing her something. So, Tammy, the bracer hums slightly, and on your turn, you may attempt to use an action to use it. But it appears to be on in some way. Skatak, is there anything else you wish to do?
Jeez, I hadn't considered it because I hadn't really thought. I assumed that would be an action, to be honest. So I guess I'll just hold an attack for if anyone tries to attack us.
Okay. You ready yourself for things to go down?
Yeah, I'll probably just do like. I'll pick a cantrip. I'm going to assume it's a cantrip attack, and I will pick one and tell you in a moment when I've decided.
Okay.
It's probably Eldritch Blast. It's going to be Eldritch Blast.
I feel like I made everything weird. I'm sorry. It just sort of...
No, you didn't.
didn't.
Not at all.
You made a
Absolutely,
decision.
you didn't.
That's a good thing.
I had a plan and I'd misjudged how much action it would take. That's all.
Okay.
That's all right. Okay, well that brings us to Diana, who steps to one side of the door and is going to raises her hands, and you see her blue hair start to stand on end as she begins to crackle with energy. We'll get, but it's sort of being held in place again. That sense of everyone's waiting to see what will happen. The bugbear looks you. The bugbear kind of turns from the projection, and you can see he has one of the stun batons himself, as well as, and you see he slowly draws it and unclips from a holster on his hip a phone, sliding his thumb along the unlock screen. Subdue. And okay, so a whole bunch of people are now acting simultaneously.
Ooh.
Because everyone has been waiting.
Everyone's holding an action.
For shit to go down, and shit is now going down.
Cool.
So I'm going to resolve this in. I'm going to resolve what actions are what in. I'm going to say party first, and then NPCs. But it's going to happen all at the same time.
There's just like a big things.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I guess Tamara's already spoken for, so Skatek, you said you were holding Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Who are your targets?
I mean, who's attacking? Who's moving?
Okay, so in this moment, the 6 guards behind the screens haven't yet stood up and reacted. But basically, at the command of Subdue, every other guard in the room springs into action. So the 8 guards who are on the ground floor have have stun batons, and are going to rush towards the 4 of you and start attacking. With the exception of the one on the ground next to Tammy, who's instead going to try and bat the pistol away and subdue the woman pointing a pistol at him. You can see that the eye-patch bugbear is raising his hands to do something. You're not really sure what.
I guess that one, because there's too many of the others and they're all basically the same.
Okay.
There's 8 of the same person, effectively.
Sure thing.
Or
and there's
one
also
person who's
4,
different.
and there's 4 more on the top level that are raising pistols and pointing them at you. So, yeah.
Oh, well, they're all the same too, aren't they? So
Okay.
I'll just throw them all at one person who seems to be in charge. Because fuck it.
Chuck it all at the boss is not the worst tactic, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sensible.
That is it was 2 19s and a 21.
Yep.
To hit.
Those all hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
Oh, it's terrible. 13.
Okay, 13 total damage. I do not seem to have a player's handbook anymore, which is very annoying.
Oh, did I use it to weigh down my painting? Is it in the other room?
I don't have a player's handbook.
Do you want me to go and get
No,
it?
don't worry.
I can.
No, I will literally just.
It's not weighing down a painting right now. I've just forgotten to put it back in.
No, I will just use the SRD.
Cool. Sorry.
It's fine.
I nicked all the D&D books to weigh down a painting that was buckled. The painting's not buckled anymore.
Lovely.
But now all our
Hooray.
books are probably in weird places. I think I put everything back in that box. You know?
Ironically, there's a whole ton of stuff in the box. I'm seeing it. The player's handbook must be somewhere else because it's actually the one book that is not in this box.
Maybe I missed one. I really thought I'd put everything back. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
This is what you tune in for here at Flintlocks and Fireballs. Us
Art life.
wandering around our house looking for the player's handbook.
Wow.
It's almost as good as when we Google things.
You remember that time when we googled the melting temperature of bronze?
No, entertainment.
Right. Let's go for. That might be a good one.
It's alright, well, let's do some covering chat while Jason finds an online player's handbook. That's also really good entertainment.
Just a classic. Alright, here we go.
You good?
So, we have got 1, 2... Okay. Right, so 13 points of damage. In which case, as you fire the sort of extend your hand, the 3 pinkish blasts of light go out, head towards the bugbear, who sort of basically leans to the side, dodging 2 and deflecting the 3rd with a stroke from his baton. You can he's not injured, but as he comes up, you can see it's taken. Pulls back up. You can see that's taken a little. Taken a little bit of wind out of him. All right. Let's do all of these guys. So, at this point, in broadly even amounts, two baton guards are going to gang up on each of you. They ignore the 2 just cowering and the cat. for obvious reasons. Okay, so we're going to... I'm going to note that at this point, because this is about to become quite relevant, that as they are rushing forwards... it's going to be... Yeah, well, they've made their decision. Skatak, Tamara, and Diana are all broadly within about 10 feet, within 20 feet of each other. Because Skatak and Tammy are right next to each other. Corzin is a little further away. So, let's roll some attacks. These are...
Do we have the same hit points as usual?
You have the same hit points as usual.
Cracking.
So I can do Corzin
That's
first.
reassuring.
Remind me what your armor class is?
Reassuring. Whose armor class?
Corzin's.
Oh, sorry, 17.
17. Cool. Okay, so three of these strikes hit.
Okay.
Do you have resistance to lightning damage?
I do, yes.
Okay, well I'm going to have to roll some of these slightly differently.
Thank you, Fighty.
Okay, so first of all, you take... I need to do these ones. 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the guards come in and just smack you, attempt to smack you across the ribs, mostly catching on like your raised arms or deflections as they come in. You then also, as the metal batons strike, they also discharge sparks of electricity. You would take another 16, half to 8 points of
so
lightning
18
damage.
Total. Gotcha.
Yeah. So 18 total. Do the ones against Diana quickly. 2 of those hit. Similar scenario, I believe, actually. So that is 9 and 3. 12 total damage to Diana, because Diana also has some lightning resistance, oddly enough.
Unfortunately, I must specify that I don't, because I remember not wearing my coat.
You do not.
Because we just went to get eggs, and I didn't think I'd wear a coat.
Shame.
So I will note, though, that you do have fire resistance.
Yes,
because you are wearing your shirt.
Yeah, it's the waistcoat, innit?
Yeah. Skatak. What is your armor class these days?
Well, depends what I'm wearing.
Sorry?
What am I wearing?
You didn't pick up your... Yeah, you picked up the clothes that were prepared for you. So you are wearing...
I picked up the only clothes I saw, so...
Actually, you're wearing your normal outfit. Does not include as in like just your regular clothes. What? Remind me what your magic items are. Sorry, it's been so long since I've had to think about it.
I've got a cloak. And friend and one of the other skulls. I forget which one I've got.
Yeah, okay. You did
Yeah,
you did not search around in your cupboards for a coat or anything, so you don't have the cloak.
Okay. Do I have the skulls? I don't know that I do,
not.
do I? So I have substantially fewer spells and sorcery points.
Yes.
Okay, I need to do some maths.
Alright, basically these hits.
I might have used a spell I don't have earlier.
That's fine. Do you have any lightning resistance to speak of?
Oh no, I've got nothing. And I think my armor class is 12, maybe?
Cool. Oh yeah, 3 of these hit.
Boy.
So you take a total of
It's back down to the same it was at level 1.
19 hit points of damage, split between physical bludgeoning and lightning.
That's
All of this is necessarily subdual, by the way. Damage. So if you are taken to 0 hit points, you would be knocked unconscious rather than killed.
Okay.
These are stun batons.
They're tasers.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's baked in. Subdual damage is baked into them.
Yep.
And then finally, Tammy.
My armor class is 15 without the coat. I just checked.
Thank you. Which means
Forgotten they gave me a point of armor class.
okay. None of those hit, and
hell
in
yeah.
fact, the guy on the floor tries to like reap your leg out from under you with the baton.
Do a little jump.
Just barely. Like you jump over it. He tries to come back, and his burnt through leg. You hear a cracking sound, and he screams and drops the baton. So that guy. I'm just going to say, yeah, no. With the damage that he would have dealt to himself on that, you see his eyes roll up and he passes out from pain.
Oh Jesus, that was a really bad one on his part,
Oh, yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
He wasn't on many hit points at that point.
Okay.
Anyway,
Crosshair out on the map. Goodbye.
It is not that generic guard's day.
yeah. Speaking of which, the other 4 generic guards are going to fire their pistols from above. So, oh boy. Let's do... the good news is each of them are taking 1 target. The bad news is they get 2 shots each. Okay, Corzin, you duck out of the way as a pair of blasts, or as 2 searing yellow... sort of yellow-red beams strike the doors behind you, and you see the metal. You see, well, actually, to you see the wood burn, char, and crisp around the points
Beams.
of impact.
Beams with an M.
Yep.
Yes.
I heard yellow and red beans and knew I'd got something wrong. Yep. Carry on. Just flinging
That's a
beans
weird
out of his
image.
pistol. And it was really weird. I was like, I know I've heard something iffy here. Beams makes way more sense.
Yeah. Victory. Yeah, to catch that in the bag there. But Diana,
We've all known for quite
we've
a
known
while.
for a
Yeah,
while.
I don't think
Let's
it's one of
somewhat
those.
It's not
Actually.
really. This is, but yeah,
If it
Diana,
wasn't Victory, I'd be really concerned at this point.
I'd be
Like,
so
who is
worried.
this?
Like, wait, where the fuck is Victory?
Where is she and who is this?
Who the hell is this?
so Diana gets, unfortunately, gets clipped by the flaming beam, and you see a portion. You see a burn just across Diana's shoulder. Not quite a bad one, but not enough to drop her by any means. And because I forgot that this was a thing, she screeches and points and sort of backhands. As she's midway through releasing her own spell, she backhands one of the guards that hit her with the baton, and her hand flashes, and you see the guards just like. It's hard to say exactly what happens because because you just see a flash of light, smell a sharp tang of ozone, and the guard drops to the ground with a charred skull. and horribly frizzy blackened hair. So yeah, that's the. I forget that she has a reaction to just deal a flat amount of damage.
Fun.
To a character. So that one is dead. And that one is very definitely dead as well. Okay. Yes. Scattack. You definitely get hit by those. So you 2 beams of fire.
I'm still concentrating on damn thing, aren't I? Whoops.
You're doing stuff simultaneously, but yes, you are concentrating. So I guess this damage you'll have to do as well.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is
fine, though.
your 16 fire damage is halved to 8 because you are still a tiefling in reality.
Okay, 8. I've lost my pen. No, I haven't. It's right there.
And Tammy similarly. Actually, no,
Still
I didn't.
concentrating.
Why did I roll that twice? Tammy, you. But you don't so much dodge out of the way of the 2 beams that go for you, as the person is so distracted by the screeching from the guy who knocks himself out with pain that he just the guard just misses, and the lockers either side of you. You see the metals melt in place slightly where the beams impact.
The beams, yeah.
Yes. Heat rays, if you will.
My brain is terrible. They're just like little kidney beans in my head that are on fire, and I can't stop thinking it whenever you say it.
Diana then casts her spell, and this is one of the reasons I needed to look up the thing.
Sorry, I don't know where I put it.
It's okay. For all we know, I might have put it somewhere stupid, but you just never got it.
This is true.
Okay. As Diana focuses her spell, you see crackles of lightning emerge from her, and then storm clouds seem to gather. She rises up into the air slightly, and as she brings her hands out, backhands the guy, killing him, and then brings her hands together. The clouds swirl forwards into a little knot just above the huge scrying orb in the middle of the mezzanine, and then billow outwards into a sphere of thick, fog-like cloud crackling with lightning. Yeah, okay. I guess I will roll those saves for everyone on the mezzanine now. Having done that, one moment. Let's just use the old the old roller at this point, because we have enough of them. So 3, 4, and then we'll roll that guy separately. Okay, they're out. Fine, not fine, fine, not fine, fine, fine. Ooh. Not fine. Okay. So, and I'm just going to, at this point, I think I'm just going to use the average for those, because there's so many of them. That
Make
hits.
your life easier.
Yeah, I'm making my damn life easier. So this would be, got it, 5. Cool. 23. So, okay. Okay, so You hear a mixture of screams and exclamations as various guards within the blast either manage to find some sort of shelter or safety, or don't, as the case may be. It's a little bit of a rough time over there, let us say. Okay. In the moment before that happens, I'm just going to knock those out. While this strange cloud is still in place, you see the eye-patched wearing bugbear raise their phone, quick, hurriedly move their thumb on it and point it in the direction of the three of you closest together, so not Corzin. A pulse of something seems to spray out in your direction, and you all feel the world slide rapidly to one side. Can I ask for a wisdom saving throw from Tammy?
We're in
and
trouble.
Scavak, please.
Our favourite save, Robbie.
Is Tides active?
It is. Though it might not be at the end of this round.
Okay, so I don't have it.
I mean, sure. I'll let you have it, but I need you to roll 2d100 first.
Okay. Like the saves or the 2d100 first? What's nicest for your brain?
Just do the saves if you're going to use it immediately. Just do the saves first.
Okay. Oh, bloody hell. 19.
Okay. Well, I guess you make the save then.
I got a 12.
You do not make the
I
save.
didn't think so.
Okay. 19 and 57.
Okay. Just grabbing this because I've got different spell slots to use. So 19 and 57, was it?
Yes.
Okay. You have a sense of... Bizarrely, you have a strange sense as if there are two immediate futures for you, Siathak.
Oh dear.
One involves one involves flammable, and both of them actually involve fire. Both of them involve fire. One of them involves things catching fire, and the other involves flammable substances.
Ooh. Let's do things catching fire.
Hey.
Okay. So... What are you currently holding?
Nothing, I don't think. Unless, do I still have the snail on me?
Oh no.
Oh no.
But I don't know if it...
do.
Cargo.
Does this one affect creatures, though? I'm not sure if it does it? I don't remember.
No, it doesn't.
There are some spells that don't affect things that are being worn or carried.
Yeah. Though that's a point, I will roll for the snail. Okay, so the good news is, Scathak, you are not affected by the enchantment. The bad news is that, Tammy, you absolutely are affected by the enchantment, as the world swirls and twists around you in a very confusing manner.
Oh wow.
Ah, cool.
Yes. So you are now confused.
Yay.
Though how well that works out is going to really depend on, given the whole sort of situation with everything going on simultaneously. At that point, everyone acting simultaneously has now finally acted.
Hooray!
You can barely see anything up on the mezzanine though, because it's all obscured by this strange storm cloud. Yay! Which finally brings us to Corzin.
Okay. Now, can I get to the guard that has that had a very bad accident by Tammy?
Yes, you will. He's currently unconscious.
Yep.
You will definitely provoke attacks of opportunity from the two attacking you, and probably and one of the ones attacking Diana.
Okay. Will I be able to use my halfling nimbleness, or is that just for allies that I can move through their space?
That's a good question.
Because as written, it says you can move through the space of a creature that is a size larger than you. Are they all larger than me?
Roll lock check.
Okay. Natural one, but lucky. 6.
I'm going to say that no. The one is not larger than you. One is a fellow halfling, but also But you still have to provoke attacks of opportunity by moving past them.
Worth it
So
still.
it doesn't really make it.
Okay, I'm going to... I will describe what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Roll the attacks of opportunity, and then tell me if what I'm about to do is incredibly cheeky.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to...
I adore you.
I'm going to attempt to get over there, pick up the fallen stun baton, and then cast Conjure Barrage as I throw it at everybody else in the room.
Ooh. That's an interesting question. Can you just...
It specifically says, and I was looking at this, one piece of ammunition or a thrown non-magical weapon.
These are definitely magical weapons.
Bugger. Okay.
But you're not using it in a magical... You're not using it as the weapon? Like, are you using it as like a thing you're throwing rather than...
Yeah, I'm basically using it as a thrown weapon.
You're not using its magical properties. Does that do it, or is that?
I mean,
DM's call on that one.
I mean, you totally can. You just won't get the lightning. It'll be hitting them with clubs.
I mean, also the main thing that was the clincher for this for me was the range of this spell is a 60-foot cone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, nice. Actually, yeah.
It's like a bunch of.
Okay, I'm going to rush over there. Roll your attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, so 2 of them hit.
Okay.
So you take 11 points of bludgeoning and 7 halved to 3 points of lightning.
Okay, 14 total. Cool.
And you slide through between the knees of a half orc, roll past the halfling who tries to hit you and misses.
Whack, 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 whack.
And pick up the fallen baton and hurl. Okay, so 60-foot cone. I would say that the ones who were attacking you can't really get because you've gone past them. But I'll say you can just fire at the mezzanine.
Okay, everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw DC 16. We'll take 15 bludgeoning damage, I guess.
Ooh, I'm alright, actually.
Cool.
So
And is
19.
it,
I am not.
halved on success or ignore on success?
Yeah, halved on success.
Okay, so it's 15, yeah? So
Yeah.
how does it halve up or down? I can't remember.
It
You're
rounds
not
down.
in the way.
Oh,
Yeah, also
He's
thinking about the angle of this, you'd be
Sorry,
behind
sorry, you
me
said
while
everyone.
I'm
I
doing it.
was confused.
so everyone on the
Yeah,
mezzanine.
no, fair.
Right.
That was my poor
Herpative.
wording there.
No, don't worry. It's also my brain.
It's all right.
Mine too.
You pick up the baton, fling it, and only Tammy can see the strange moment where the sort of collars form into like little fishies that almost merge in with the baton and then spray outwards as all of you see strange sort of like flickering translucent copies of this baton fly in a barrage towards the mezzanine. Okay. So 15 halved to 7 for those who succeeded.
Yeah, and I've got a bonus action left, so I'll cast Slayer's Prey on the bugbear up there.
Do you need to be able to see them? Or do you just need to know where they are?
That you can see within 60 feet, yeah.
You cannot currently see them because of the cloud.
Fine, cool,
Yeah.
never mind then.
You do manage to... Okay, so... No. Yes, got it. Cool, I'm just doing some quick notes here. You manage to... you hear a series of groans and impacts from the mezzanine level, as no doubt several, though it's hard to tell who, of the guards are struck by the impacting stun batons. Oh,
Worth it.
Right. At this point, this is going to get fun. 6 of the guards who were behind the ones who were behind the walls are going to emerge and run coughing, spluttering, and looking severely singed from what looked like electrical burns out of their cover, and form a sort of loose, slightly spread out array around the stairwell the stairs leading up to the mezzanine. They don't have enough room to reach you in a single move because you're all because of where you are, but they are able to draw weapons and fire on you. I'm looking at the arrangement of their fellows.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, they're going to choose different options. You notice that a number of them have blunderbusses that they do not draw, instead drawing pistols, which they appear to have, which have the look of having been picked up in a hurry. 2 of them do have those sort of staff muskets, though. Which they are going to point accordingly. So I'm going to say the ones with the muskets are going to level their shots at... They did not see who did the barrage of stun batons. They did see
Such a confusing thing for the people hit by those.
Yeah.
So weird.
Nothing.
Very confusing. They did see who cast the lightning cloud spell, so they're going to. Ironically, one of the best people to hit with try and hit with this. They're going to try and shoot Diana with the 2 staves. So they raise them and pull the triggers. The staves charge up in a similar manner to the fire pistols, and you see 2 bolts of lightning come out of the end, one of each one, and fire straight at Diana, who will attempt to dodge both. She manages to curve out of the way of one of them. The other, however, manages a seemingly glancing hit. A hit that would no doubt be a lot worse were she not resistant to lightning damage. Okay, so this is going to be... I'm just making a note of the damage on these. Yeah. 4, 5, 6. Okay. She would take 48 lightning damage. That's halved to 24. Even so, Diana...
We're in trouble.
As Diana leaps out of the way of one of the lightning bolts and receives only a glancing blow from the other, you can see that she's starting to look quite... looking a fair bit more injured and a lot more trouble.
Only one person who can heal right now, so that's fun. Legitimately, though, I don't know I can heal, and we don't have, potions.
Yep. That is a good point. I mean... No,
Would they be in the first aid kit that I have?
Yes, you do have some potions in the first aid kit.
Yeah.
You were able to recover your potions. Your potions specifically.
Yeah.
You are chief healer, though, right? I've got nothing.
Understood.
Okay, and then... Miss. 2 hits. I'm just going to quickly roll these. Okay, and then on top of that... Skatak, you take an additional 13 half to 6 points of fire damage, as does... and Corzin takes an additional 13 fire damage as they fire pistol shots.
I'm still concentrating on my snail.
It's kind of impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not a high DC, and my modifier is very high, and I have advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, still, though. That snail would be gone if it was me.
Wow, that was...
My con save is 8, and the DC is mostly
really
10.
Oh, mass combat. We're an hour in. We're on to round 2.
Woo! Look at us go!
Tammy.
Yeah, help.
Yeah, can I ask you to roll
You've got the thing.
a D10, please?
Yeah, do you want what they do? Have you got it?
No, I've got it.
Okay. 2.
Okay. The bewildered and confused, you reach for the bracelet on your arm. The bracelet on your arm, not really cognizant of how to use it, smack some buttons randomly, and suddenly you find yourself just in a lovely sort of tropical resort type looking location.
Oh, I've button mashed on the
calm,
holodeck, haven't I?
Yep, there's calm. There's calm waters lapping against the beach.
I'm having a lovely day. Legitimate question, do I have a cognizance that this is weird, or am I just I'm here now, how lovely?
Yeah,
what kind of level
it's
are we
like
at?
You're concussed. You're aware that you've just tried to do something and done the wrong thing, and just oh, this is nice, but yeah.
Herb-a-derb. I mean, I'm on a beach.
You're on a beach, everything's lovely. I'm going to say that you've not fully engaged this, so you can still kind of half see what's happening outside of it, but it's you're seeing the rest of the world through a faint haze, as a very faint outline through lovely calming beach environment.
But what I'm asking is, do I believe it's a beach, or do I think this is an illusion and I'm still in the room? Either is fine, but I need it to be clear so that I know whether I'm taking my shoes off and going in the water or shooting someone.
You are... I'm basically flavouring the confusion effect of creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay, cool.
So you're
Okay, that's clear. I don't do anything.
You don't
Cool.
really do anything.
Yeah.
You can take your shoes off if you want.
I'm going to take my shoes off because I'm going in the sea.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
You start taking your shoes off, like...
Woo! Let's go in the sea.
Yeah. So skipping onwards...
I don't think that counts as a notable action, does
No,
it?
not really.
Excellent. I'll do that then. I'm going for a paddle. Fuck you all.
There are, at this point, 6 of the baton guards left who are going to rush over and try and subdue... subdue those who are still a visible threat, honestly. Which, based on the fact that the one who started the hostage situation is suddenly like looking around confusedly and pulling off their shoes, they're going to go for the ones who are fighting. So that is...
Well, me and my little guard friend are going for a paddle together.
Yeah, it's a lovely paddle time. Quick attacks from them. Cool. Skatak, you get hit by two of the attacks, and take.
Blimey.
You're not. 18 points of total damage. Are you resistant to lightning? You're not. Are you?
No.
Yeah, cool. Then 18 damage.
I'm still concentrating. I'm real good at concentrating. D&D, where we do things we can't do in real life. We're concentrating. Like maintaining
I
concentration.
feel you.
Corzin, you take a total of 9
In
damage.
real life.
9 damage,
Wouldn't
got
it
it.
be nice?
And Victory takes 14 damage, screams again, and punches someone through the skull, which burns out with lightning damage in the process.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Well, that's... yeah.
They are living through a horror movie.
Oh, they really are. I mean, like Victory's not doing great right now either, / Diana. But, reflexive, static lightning damage as a reaction to being melee attacked. It's... Storm Sorcerers at high level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just do your level's damage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all of those folks who are still alive, which brings us to Sketha.
Oh boy.
So you can currently see 5 baton thugs still on the ground, 6 guards with a mixture with 2 of which have the lightning rifles, 4 of which kind of have their choice between pistols or blunderbusses. No sign of Eye Patch because he's not yet acted and is still in the lightning cloud.
Before I do something stupid, I'm just going to double check the dimensions of this room. Okay.
60-foot diameter diameter circle.
How high up is the mezzanine?
It's like a mezzanine high up. It's like 5 foot tops.
Oh, I was picturing much higher.
Yeah, I've only encountered really tall mezzanines, actually.
Oh, right. I
ones
was
that are
thinking,
like- ones you can walk under, like that have a...
Oh, right.
Like the upper bit of a room, yeah.
No,
It's
I'm
like
imagining more like a
upstairs is open.
raised stage.
Oh,
Sorry.
cool, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
it might be
yeah,
that you
that's
can just
fine.
get shorter ones. That's fine.
Yeah.
What you're saying is there is room to put a fireball in that big old bit in the middle there.
Ooh.
There is. I'm just looking at who that would affect. Because of how they've moved, right now, that would pretty much... If you went right in the middle, you'd only hit... You would definitely hit wherever he is, Eye Patch. If you angled it south a bit, you could get 4 of the ones who who came out, and 4 of the ones who have like the mixture of lightning staffs and other weapons, and you may or may not get eye patch depending on where he's located.
And there were a bunch of other people on there, weren't there? Or did they move out of the way? I've sort
You
of
have
lost
not
track
seen
of a few of them.
anything of them, of the other people.
But there were some on there before all the story appeared,
yeah. No, you.
So
you haven't.
they might still be there.
They might.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to try and hit as much space and people as possible.
Cool.
Because I don't know what's going on and everyone's confused, so let's fill this room with some fire!
Excellent. Yep, and you're not holding any objects at the moment, so you're alright. Roll a luck check, please. And then...
Oh dear.
I
I can't see what this dice... Oh! This dice is yellow with gold writing on it. It's a great combination. But it is a 19, once I've picked it up and held it up to the light.
Okay, and roll fire damage, please.
Right, I was going to do this at what level do I have? Where did I write what I've used? Okay, I was going to do this at 4th, because sod it.
So that's 9d6.
Well, that's terrible. 10. That's really good. 28, 31. 32! I rolled like 4 1s and 3 6s there. A real combination. 32. Is it 32? Is that what I said? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I can maths. Yeah, 32 fire damage.
Ooh, I'm just working this out. Alright, as the flames burst outwards, you... Cool, there we go. As the flames, as the billowing orange sphere bursts into existence, 3 of the thugs on the ground, including one of the ones that was holding a lightning staff, are thrown outwards by the blast and hit the ground, charred and still. The other 3 thugs...
Well, now I feel bad.
Successfully managed to throw themselves to the ground in time to avoid the worst of the blast and hurriedly pick themselves back up. Okay. I think with... I've completely forgotten to roll any of Victory's concentration checks.
Easily done.
So I'm just going to quickly do those.
So many plates spinning.
Okay. I will say then that with the... ironically, had I rolled those in time, Victory would have lost concentration sooner, and you would have been able to tell that Eye Patch was indeed in the radius of flames. But on Victory's turn then, from the numerous just blasts and batterings that she/Diana has taken, it's enough to break her concentration, and the storm cloud around the mezzanine layer dissipates. You can see that almost everyone there is dead by this point. With
now
the
I feel
exception
bad.
of the ragged-looking eye patch wearing bugbear, who is honestly looking pretty seriously injured. Like, you can see lightning burns, just fire burns. It's kind of astonishing he's still fighting. And you can see that his phone is glowing brightly, sustaining some sort of spell.
The concentration wasn't broken.
Indeed. So
Boo.
that, which does make it mean that Victory now has to roll a d10. And she Diana kind of turns and takes a clumsy drunken swing at you, but doesn't manage to do anything else.
Aye.
She's clearly out of it and bewildered. Which does bring us back to the to Bugbear. I mean, yeah, everything is the alarms are already going off. It's pretty clear. You see Bugbear stumble forwards, slam a hand onto something, which makes a slightly different alarm start keening through the room.
Oh no.
Oh.
Just in case there was any doubt about that.
More alarms.
But
Another.
seeing the situation at hand and what just happened there, he's going to adjust. He's going to adjust. Take his phone, flicks a thumb on it, and you see the bright lights fade out. Hurriedly flick a few different things into place, and point it at who's shown the most danger up to this point. I mean, you just launched a fireball. How are you looking, Skatak?
Battered.
Under the circumstances, then, I think that that does make. Oh, actually, wait, no, he's got an even better option. He's going to. He looks at you and then adjusts his position. Seems to change his mind at the last moment, and instead points at the wall behind all of you. You see a line of purple light shine out of the end of the phone, strike the wall, and begin to...
Can I counterspell this, though?
If this is a spell.
This is a spell. Yes, you can.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, you can
Do
cast
not
Counterspell.
want.
All right. What level do you cast Counterspell at?
Do I trust myself and my arcana? Let's do it at 5th.
Fair.
Okay. As the spell begins to take, and you see ethereal looking tendrils burst out of the wall.
No.
You flick a hand out, and
That is the verbal component.
yeah, you hear a sort of so you hear a sound from the phone
Well, that's great.
as the spell suddenly comes apart at the seams.
That is the exact sound a counterspell makes.
Just a tinny error message sound. Okay, you successfully counterspell the tentacles. I mean, at this point, staying there is not looking good. So even though it deprives him of some cover, Eyepatch Bugbear is going to make his way forwards into the bottom of the stairs, and we'll get ready for the next round from there. Okay, that brings us back to Corzin.
Right. Okay. Does the Fallen Guard by me have a sidearm in addition to that baton?
I'm looking at the Fallen Guards near you. The sidearm that he was going for is the one very loosely being held by quite a confused looking Tammy. Tammy,
cool.
would you resist the weapon being taken off you?
Who's taking it off me, Corzin?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Tammy's on the beach.
Tammy's on the beach.
Yeah.
She don't need a gun.
Tammy's having
She's
a
having a
great
paddle.
day.
You happily hand your gun off.
Right. Okay. Having
You're
got
like,
that,
have fun, babe.
There's literally nothing I can do for that right now. Okay,
It's actually a good point. As you hand it off, you suddenly feel like the confusion clear in your head. Because obviously, as I realise, the bugbear's dropped that spell now. And just like, there you go. Wait, what?
Okay, there's still like 3 coming at me, but haven't got to me yet, aren't there? Mm-hmm. Right, okay. I'm gonna put a shot into each one of them in turn.
Yeah, this does indeed have 3 shots, so roll attack for each one.
Okay.
Something really brutal about the way you said that. It was delightful.
Okay.
Murder Sam.
Would this be like plus 11 for that?
Yeah,
because I don't have okay. Right, first one's a 21.
Yep.
Second one's a 23.
Yep.
And the third one is 21 again.
Cool. And roll damage, please. These are... Oh, I think I had that slightly wrong. Sorry.
D6s?
Yes, this is 2d6 fire damage, please, for each hit.
Okay. No extra because of my dex or anything.
It's the do you get extra damage normally for pistol shots?
Well, I would, but that's like due to my like proficiency in dex and what have you.
Does dex normally give... Sorry, I have not, like...
When you roll damage of a weapon, it's, the dice plus your... plus your dex.
Got it, right.
Are these functionally like a wand of...
These are functionally
fireballs.
like a wand of scorching ray, so...
Right, in which case, don't worry about it.
That.
I'll just roll the thing straight, because that's what they would be. Cool. Okay, first one takes 7 fire damage. Mm-hmm. Second one takes 7 fire damage. Mm-hmm. Weird. Third one takes 6 fire damage.
And that does for each of them.
Okay.
You just you pick up you grab the pistol and just put a just leave a burning circle in each of their center of mass. One of them just drops to the ground. Another screams, drops, and rolls. A third weakly tries to raise the lightning staff and then crumbles to the side.
I've got to keep hold of this one. Right, and Corzin is going to use his movement to run over to the body of the largest one, take cover behind it, and use the ability Vanish as a bonus action. I will hide.
Okay, you hide behind a huge, the body of a huge bugbear.
Okay, that'll be a stealth, so that's... That's an 11 stealth. Not very good.
Okay.
I mean, I can't see you.
Well, the thugs are all dead. So, brings us to the top. Back to the top. I will say that at the start of round 3, Celestia does not exist. Tammy.
Who's Celestia? I don't know.
Tammy, you see the doors... None of you standing in front of the doors anymore. But you see the doors open up and 3 people about to walk in. One of whom is Dr. Archers, the human doctor with the white lab coat and the reflective silvery specs that you saw before, that you stole, whose pocket you picked.
Uh-huh.
And a couple more just black-suited guards with batons. None of them can act before you can, but you do see them step in, ready to assist, only to see the pile of steaming corpses.
So no one's up at this point.
There are a handful of...
I feel bad about
I think
this.
there are 4 guards still with batons, but you can see that they are on the verge of just breaking.
Right.
And there is Eye Patch Bugbear.
Eye Patch Bugbear is still up. Do I have... so I'm not confused
You're
anymore.
not confused
that
anymore.
has happened. Do I have any obvious sense of what this thing on my arm does?
Based on the fact that when you accidentally activated it, it seemed to generate like a semi like a vision around you of this luxurious resort area.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely seems to it. I would say roll an intelligence check, please.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's literally how many of its features can you figure out at a glance?
10.
Okay.
I'm smart.
You realise this thing basically seems to have, judging from what's happened, you can see that there is a tiny image displayed on it of this luxurious resort area. You have no idea how to change that image, but you can tell from the way that it's got a little thing that you can you can tell from the illusory sort of bar almost that appears in between your thumb and fingers that if you grip on it, it will produce some sort of beam going in the direction that your arm generates, that your arm is pointed. You can tell this because you accidentally used it on yourself a moment ago, which is why you're now seeing this lovely resort area. So you get the feeling you don't know how to change the projection, but you know enough to get that this is basically point at someone,
point and click, Right. I don't know if that's that useful right now, is it? I mean, if I knew how to change it, it would be, obviously, but, I don't know how to change it.
You would say that you...
I mean, I could distract some enemy with it, I suppose, but,
I would say that you didn't manage... You clearly didn't do your target yourself properly with it, because you get the feeling that because it's only halfway gone in, which is why you can kind of see everyone else in a translucent way. You get the sense that if this were working properly, you would not be able to perceive anything except the resort environment.
Right. List the people who just came into the room again, please.
So just came into the room, you see the... still...
Nasty Bugbear's on the platform.
Nasty Bugbear has just come off the platform and is still up, but very injured. You can also see Dr. Archers, the one that you just pickpocketed, has just walked into the room, along with a couple of more security guards with batons.
Right. Bugbear is nearly down. And looks to be the most dangerous person here, right? Because phone. I'm going to try and hit Bugbear with a blast of it.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Okay, you point your the bracer at Bugbear. As you hold out your arm, an illusory little purple bar appears between your fingers and thumb. You clench a fist, and a little pulse of light fires out at the Bugbear. And you see as it's racing towards him. Scatter, you get a strange feeling like everything is in the balance, and maybe maybe if things went a different way, they could go in your favour. Essentially, you have not.
I used my reaction.
Fair,
the counterspell, yeah.
I used it to counterspell.
Okay, in which case, you see the Bugbear struck. A momentary look around, confused, and then seems to grip, focus, and squint at the environment as if he can still just about make out what's going on around him. Okay. So you get the sense that there's a similar thing to what you experienced. Also, the illusory resort around you vanishes.
Cool. That's helpful, at least. Do I have time to grab another weapon? Because biting next mine.
Yes. There is beside you, from one of the fallen figures, a a baton or another of these pistols.
Pistol, please.
Okay, you reach down and grab a pistol.
Yeah.
You are now armed again.
Thank you. I want something other than resort glove, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Okay. Which brings us... Yeah, there. Okay, which brings us to the mooks. The two either side of Dr. Archer's freeze for a moment, looking to the doctor for orders. The rest of them at this point are just one of them calls out, "Retreat! Get to cover!" And they are going to pull away. Corzin, you have the opportunity to take an attack of opportunity against one if you'd like.
I will.
Go for it.
That's not going to hit, though. That's a 13.
Does that hit? One moment, because these guys have... No! Actually just manages to avoid it.
Okay.
Steals out of the way of your swipe. So, those... the 5 mooks essentially are going to just run for the exit. Either the exit where Dr. Archer's just arrived, back to the south, or in one case up towards one of the doors that leads further into the wing. They flash. They smack a red, not lanyard. What's the word? Key fob on the door, and it slides open, running to escape. So those guys are basically out of the fight now. That makes it Skatak. At this point, the only people still left in any condition to intervene at all are realistically Dr. Archer's and the Bugbear.
Well, this bugbear's been annoying me, so... but I also don't necessarily want to kill anyone else. I've killed a lot of people, which I didn't quite intend to do. But I didn't think about it. Then again, maybe I should just set everything on fire.
It's always an option.
That is more fun. I'm just going to run around the room and just run my hand over everything.
And indeed, your hands
like
are...
a reverse burning peasant run.
Yeah, okay. The most flammable objects in the room right now that you can get to... are the clothes on the corpses. Wow.
Wow, no, that's grim. They're already
it got grim.
a little bit stingy. But
It was already dead.
There's weapons racks and stuff.
Yes.
I just want to run along touching walls and things.
Yeah,
and
sure.
furniture.
You start setting the armory racks on fire.
So I'll just do a dash because I can do 60 feet then. And
Sure, I'll say that you get
loop
along
the room
across all of the walls. Yeah.
Whee! Oh god.
Okay, the room is now ringed with merrily burning flames.
Set all the
works out, I
guns
love
on
it.
fire.
Yeah, I'm going to say that
That's
although the
danger.
cabinets for the most part are steel, you are able to start some flames on the on any wooden components of the musket stocks, things like that. Yeah, you certainly make it a lot harder to get to grab any of those weapons.
You're so funny. I didn't intend to kill anyone, they said as they ran around setting everything in the room on fire.
Increasingly more smoky and on fire.
Well, it's not more direct. I want to destroy the place. I just don't want to kill people directly. If they die of smoke inhalation, that's their own fault.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Diana is not that merciful at all. She has gone through a lot of shit in the last half a minute or so. And is quite done with this. So she points at the bugbear. Yeah. And how many hit dice does he have left? not enough, I think, is the answer to that. Yeah. And proceeds to points at the bugbear, and a lance of lightning comes out of her finger and through his skull, just through the eye patch, out the other side.
Big Tree doesn't play.
Diana, crackling with lightning, turns around and screeches, "Okay, who else fucking wants some?"
No, they don't. They don't. No one does. No one wants any. They've had plenty. Thank you very much.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, yeah, Corzin, it's really, the guards are running. Dr. Archer hasn't really had a chance to respond yet, but is instead looking on in a mixture of, you can see what was originally indignation is turning into dawning horror and terror.
Right.
Fair play, man.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. Okay, how far away from me is he?
Oh, like 20 feet.
Right, I'm gonna run up to him, whack him with my... It's functionally the spanner, but I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike as I do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Actually, I'll have 3 attacks with this, but I'm attempting to non-lethally subdue him.
Okay.
Okay, first attack. That is a...
Shame you threw away the stun baton.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a 17 for the first one.
Actually, Dr. Archer's proves to be surprisingly nimble.
All right.
And manages to pull out of the way of that first attack.
Okay, well, if 17 doesn't hit, the second one won't.
He's been keeping up his Pilates every morning.
Natural one, but lucky on the last one. Okay, that is an 18.
Okay, you swing once. He yelps and leaps back. You swing again. Your third swing, you accidentally lose grip on the spanner. It flies up, smacks him in the forehead, and you catch it on the rebound.
Boing. Okay, right. So for an Ensnaring Strike, he takes 1d6 piercing damage and needs to make a strength check to get out. But base damage, that is 9 bludgeoning, and the Ensnaring Strike does a further 6.
Cool. And
he doesn't restrained.
Oh yeah, and he's immediately restrained. Okay. Tammy, you see the sort of vague sort of colours form into that octopus again, and grab hold of Dr. Ventnor and just basically pull him against the wall.
Giving him a big old danger hug.
A cuddle.
Okay.
Horrible cuddle.
Sorry, not Dr. Ventnor. I keep saying Dr. Ventnor. Dr. Ventnor is a snail. Dr. Archer is pulled against the wall.
Yeah, needs to make a strength save DC 16 to escape.
Okay. Restrained. Is it just he can't move, or?
Speed becomes 0. Also, I think disadvantage on any dex saves.
Cool. Got it. Thank you. Sorry, it's been a long...
No, I'm doing that from... I was looking at the spell card in front of me, but it doesn't have a definition of that.
Annoyingly, this is, again, one of the things where I just grabbed the Bliss handbook.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Don't know where it is. I ruined everything.
Yeah, Dr. Ventnor, you see, pulled in place, starts going for his phone, looks at the situation and goes, I surrender.
If I were you. Good choice.
Smart person.
I will take the phone off him.
You disarm Dr. Archers of his phone, And although the alarms are blaring, for the moment at least, you've acquired at least a minute or so of reprieve, and a chance to breathe. And we'll pick up with what you do with that minute after these, no doubt important, messages.
Okay, so for this laboratory, we're going to have a kind of organic shape, very ovoid, nicely laid out. There'll be maybe an upper and lower section. Very modern, very tech billionaire, cash money all the way. So on the upper level, we're going to have all of the science, and on the lower level, well, guns. Lots of guns.
And welcome back. The intensity of the moment doesn't so much fade as stretch out, having gliding down from its climax, as your breaths. Wow, this is going to place. Your breath's ragged. You take a moment to take stock of the situation. What swiftly the would-be hostage situation has swiftly devolved into a brutal firefight in which
I feel so bad about that.
Quite a number of people are now dead. Some of them...
The confusion is just making me kind of brutal. I'm like, I've got this magic, I'm fucking using it.
Yeah.
It feels awful.
And indeed, Tammy, you've seen a number of things.
A question.
Yes.
So, don't get me wrong, Celestia doesn't love a dead body. like Celestia's not I think we can acknowledge, not incredible in these situations, but she has experienced this before.
Yes.
So therefore, one imagines, would probably react less badly than, say, somebody like me in real life who hasn't seen a dead body.
Yes.
Tammy hasn't seen a dead body. But, like, what experience am I having? Do I feel as bad as if I'd never seen a dead body? Or do I feel like maybe I have... Like what's happening right now? Obviously, I don't remember seeing a dead body.
You have the memories and identity of Tamara Wilde. So you are reacting... So...
Cool.
You may have... You have the sort of physical reactions of Celestia Stardust... and some of like the muscle memory and so on.
That's more what I was asking about, to be honest, because obviously I wouldn't remember it, but like,
so
I don't know, maybe I'm a person with PTSD in real life who's overthinking a bit. True. But like,
I suppose you're
also like you seeing a body. I guess this is a lot of bodies all at once.
It's a lot
from experience. Finding a body, you're actually kind of calm. In personal experience,
you didn't watch your little friend like massacre a whole bunch of people.
True.
So I suspect you're probably feeling a slightly confusing mixture of intellectual shock and horror, but a surprisingly subdued response from your body. Like, not no response. Celestia isn't a stone cold killer. But like.
But Celestia would probably cope.
Yeah, you're not completely freezing up.
Yeah. I think there's a level of, like, complete removedness going on. Like, probably looks like a slightly weird... You know that shock when you're kind of getting on with things, but you don't look right?
Yeah.
It's probably like that.
It's hard to tell who looks the worst in the situation. The highly professional, but by and large reasonably non-lethal attacks of as far as you know, bitey cotton thread. And the barrage of stun batons, amongst other things, versus also, including also though the fact that he has just through magic captured one of the doctors here. The sort of young NB half-orc in Skatak who, without that sort of grim, not exactly with like grim certainty, but with at least some will, definitely just blew up a whole bunch of people with literal fireballs, or the kind of unhinged looking blue-haired science major Diana, who literally blew two people's heads out open with bolt blasts of lightning from as a backhand, and then put a hole in some people with lightning bolts, and created a storm cloud on ground level to massacre a bunch more, and is looking kind of unrepentant about the whole thing, and very on edge.
Where is Chanterelle? I require her presence.
Along with Hubert and Stabby the cat, are all cowering under basically like a table next to one of the weapons lockers, and are at this moment cautiously peeking their heads out to see what now that the weapons fire has ceased.
I want to go to Chanterelle. I don't know if I ever want to say anything to her. I just want to be near her.
Shanty is like, so.
Yeah. Yep. That. Ooh.
As you.
That's a lot of blood, isn't it?
Less than I was expecting.
What?
Yeah. Hugh, who's in? Well, I suppose that's probably due to all of the cauterization.
Yeah, burning flesh is like a whole new smell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stabby just goes.
Come here.
You pick up the little ginger cat.
Yes.
Oh.
I hold the cat.
Stabby, wiggles around a little in your arms, but seems at least somewhat reassured.
It's funny because when Celestia wakes up, she's going to be hugging Jeffrey. At least that's my headcanon. I don't know if he is Jeffrey.
We're all assuming that.
That's what I think's happening.
Otherwise, if it turns out to be an actual cat, we've got a new pet, and Jason has to deal with that.
I've got two now. That's it.
Yeah.
Stormy's going to be so mad if it is a real cat.
Speaking of which, Skatak, your pet roach, who you remember being called Marjorie for some reason, pokes her feelers out of your top pocket. As you pull in the surrendered Dr. Archers, and the door sort of closes behind him, and you are, at least for the moment, alone in the security headquarters. Just a reminder, in addition to all of the unconscious or dead bodies, there is the actual security center portion itself, as well as the various armory lockers, in which a number of scrying orb feeds of the building are being projected up above scrying orbs, and indeed a large sort of almost holographic image of the entire facility above a large scrying orb on the mezzanine level. And Tammy is the only one who can see the second huge scrying orb with the elaborate machinery around it set into the wall behind that.
No resend.
Would I,
a little poopy map again.
Yeah, Ellie will send you the little map again.
The shitty map that I drew.
Excellent.
I'm resending it.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
But yes, ask away.
Would I, as Corzin, be able to work out from what I'm seeing on the scrying feed, so to speak, where all of that is in relation to where we are now?
In fact, you probably can. Well, you can certainly tell where some of it... I suppose... stepping up towards the platform, you can see that this different scrying orbs, of which there are 6, are displaying views of different portions of the building. So you can see... A moment... one of them is alternating between different views of the sort of of the central corridor that runs around the facility, whereas the other 5 seem to be showing different, either focused on different rooms. Two of which you recognise. One being the optical engineering department that you entered through, destroyed the machine in, and then left. Another being this room.
Right.
And on top of that, there being 3 other sort of labs or similar rooms that you have not seen. You can look at those in more detail if you want. The large sort of holographic depiction shows you the layout of the structure as a whole. The high energy active thaumaturgy facility is loosely arranged as almost kind of like in a ring shape. So at the very around the so there's a sort of circular corridor that runs around the whole facility. That's the corridor that you sort of came in through when you left the optical engineering department, walked along it, and then came into the security hub, the Abjuration department. You can see that the outer that there are then 5 wings that kind of jut out from that central corridor, and they are conveniently labelled Administration, Archives/Scriptorium, Optical Engineering, Abjuration Department, which is where you are now.
Where we are now.
So, sorry, what was after admin?
Admin, Archives/Scriptorium, Optical Engineering, Abjuration, and the last one is Transmaterial Engineering.
Okay.
You can see the...
Have I just written trans engine? Yes, I have.
Trans engine. So, you can see that the each of these can be accessed from that central circular corridor, or by going through the various like smaller rooms and corridors in the wings, which each then lead out to exits to the outside. There is, in addition, in the very in a sort of huge, large circular chamber in the center, is marked the accelerator, which has one entrance, only accessible from the central corridor.
Right. I'm going to do my best in the moment to try and commit this to memory, but also I want to, whilst still concentrating on the ensnaring strike so Archer doesn't get away.
Is that all the description before you...
This is not all of the description.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But, you can also see tiny dots moving around, tiny coloured dots moving around the entire, like this whole holographic layout.
Cool.
Right now you can, and indeed if you look at the largest room in the Abjuration department, you can see little dots that mark out the locations of the various people in here, excluding apparently the dead.
Okay.
The dots are not directly labelled, but they do seem to be different colours. A lot of the dots in this room are red. You notice that. One minute, I'm just going through my head here. 1, 2, 3 are grey. 1 is yellow. 1 is blue. 1. Yeah, and that's it.
3 grey, 1 yellow, 1 blue.
Yeah. You do notice that there are some. And 1 black.
Oh, okay.
You notice that there is another black dot presently moving around the central corridor. There are no dots visible in the accelerator room, but otherwise this does appear to be giving the broad sort of layout of people within the different areas.
And there are no other black dots other than the one in our room and the one in the corridor.
That you can see at this point,
cool.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, now I have described that thoroughly.
Cool.
Is that about right?
I've
done a little map. I'm just checking it with Jason.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty accurate.
I'm assuming I'm missing quite a lot of nuance in corridors and things, but like vaguely.
Yeah, no, that's a really accurate depiction of the.
I am an artist.
Yes, you are.
I will send it to you.
Thank you.
No worries. Carry on, Sam.
Right. In character, all Corzin's going to do at that moment is try and dedicate as much of that as memory as he can and get an idea for, like, scale. I don't know if, for the purposes of my proficiency, this would count as navigations tools, but that's what he's going to be doing in this moment.
Sure. Give me wisdom plus proficiency, then.
Cool. Okay. 18.
It's the scale of a moderately sized university campus, so you could fit a village comfortably in the within the footprint of this whole facility.
Cool. Okay. Getting an idea of where possibly we need to go next, I'm going to go then over to check on Archer, make sure he's not at least about to bleed out.
Archer's is completely uninjured. He just full on surrendered as soon as you
Fair.
I mean, like, he's got like a blow from where I think you might have shot him. But he's looking relatively unbloodied, apart from that, from maybe a cracked collarbone. He's definitely not comfortable,
but he's okay.
But, yeah, he sort of raised.
He's not about to die.
Yeah, no, he's not in mortal danger, and is.
I mean, the room's on fire, so we're all a little bit.
Oh yes, I should forget. I had actually forgotten since the break. But yes, also the flammable sections of the armory are on fire, and thus many of the weapons that were there are now unreachable to you.
Cool.
Or anyone else.
The room is on fire.
The room is also, I had forgotten, on fire. It's not massively on fire yet, but the amount of fire is growing, and more importantly, so is the amount of smoke.
Okay.
Which has successfully driven Shanty, Hubert, and Stabby out of their hiding spot.
Cool.
Right. Last place, something looked different to you. And none of us could see it. Describe what you see.
I'm gonna come over, but like with my gun. My gun is not leaving my hands unless I say it is at this point.
Yep, you've got your fire gun.
Yeah, it's not like pointed at anyone, but it's just there. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna go over. There's a big scrying orb thing. I describe. we've had a description of the room, so you know that the only thing.
Yep.
When I get to the point, there's a big orb on the wall over there. That's about it.
Okay, there is not a big orb on the wall there.
Oh shit! Well, I guess that's the thing then.
I guess
Good to know.
So
let's break the thing.
Yeah, I did have a think actually, just while we're in this room. I mean, it's all on fire anyway, so it might be a bit not, it might happen anyway. But I was thinking that this might be a good chance to, explode the security system so that nobody can have a scrying on us with anywhere that we go next.
Yeah, no, I think we should break this room.
That's a very
focus
good
on
idea.
that bit first, but then, let's break this room.
All right.
Yep.
I'm in a bit of a
I'm down, babe.
mood, honestly.
Smash.
Well, everything's fucking broken anyway, isn't it? So
You take your...
Yeah.
Yeah, you take
survive. Let's go.
I think it was like a pry bar was the form the belaying pin took to everyone else. So so you raise your...
Actually, no, it was a spanner.
Yeah,
It was
so
a
you
big
raise
spanner.
your belaying pin. Everyone else sees you raise a spanner and just put it straight through one of the small scrying orbs. Which it does. It absolutely just shatters it.
I would like to do a sort of terrible, in horrible police films where they have a machine gun.
Yeah.
And they just go, ah! I want to do one of those at the big orb.
Okay. You. How many times have you used that? You've used that pistol
I don't
once.
know. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Cool. Can I ask you to roll?
Oh yeah, Tammy's not thinking.
No, that's fine. I'm just running this through my head. So this would have... Yeah, let's say that. And you only really use that twice. You might want to use a dice roller for this. Because these will automatically hit.
What do I need to roll?
So you're just unloading this over the next minute or so.
I'll unload it until it looks like it's broken.
Unloading this over the if you're going Rambo, so we'll see how much it does. Can I ask you to roll a? No, not 18.
Oh yeah, no.
36 d6, please.
Oh, that's some Shadowrun levels of D6 right there.
Give me a total, you fucker. Right, there we go. 116.
Nice.
Nice. You do end up more. So, two things happen. The first is that you take your fire pistol and go pretty much Rambo on this thing.
Tammy's got to get it out.
As you basically hold down the trigger and it just sort of goes on automatic and just starts firing blast after blast in fast, in quick repeat against these. Against everyone else sees you just shooting the wall, but you just pick a point and fire and keep firing. And interestingly, as it strikes, you notice the machinery around the side starts to light up, and as if it's trying to deflect some of the damage or soak it up in different ways. But we're just and you see sort of protective sheets move into place to try and limit the damage. But you just adjust your aim,
just keep fucking
firing
going
at the exposed parts, and the orb continues to you see the orb start to heat up, until achieving a sort of cherry red glow. And as you get into the last few, the flaming bolts start to become more staccato, more guttering, as if you're kind of hitting the limits of this thing's stored charge. And then you get the one more kind of comes out, and you hear this and get this horrible premonition about what's about to happen. You get advantage on this.
Oh no!
Because you
I've
can
made an
see it
issue.
happening. Can I ask everyone to give me a dex save, please? As you see Tammy, you have this terrible, this sudden instinct to duck.
I'm not
20.
ducking. I'm jumping away
Or
from
jump,
an explosion.
Duck or leap.
I'm
Yeah.
in a. I'm Rambo.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
12.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I murdered everyone.
Corzin?
I'm more worried about the giant snail that I'm carrying.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't catch Corzin's.
Oh, dirty 20 as well.
Okay, yeah. You all throw yourselves to the floor or behind, or indeed behind the larger, the other huge orb, as the orb on the ceiling, on the wall, shatters from the built-up heat.
Pleasing.
There is not a catastrophic release of energy, but there is a large amount of broken crystal that just flies out in every direction. None of you rolled below a 10 though, so you kind of cover your heads like duck behind, and you hear a sort of as you pick yourselves up and look through the growing smoke in the room. You feel, everyone except Tammy, you feel something like a pressure you didn't realize was there release from your mind.
Ooh.
And the Bond villain-esque / university security area it doesn't ripple or anything, it just suddenly fades from that to a kind of bleak utilitarian version of itself that seems to be carved out of the ceiling, seems to be carved out of just out of stone. Like there's smooth stone above, what little you can see through the cloud of smoke, which is really becoming a problem now. The weapons lockers are still made of steel, though they are not nearly as shiny, and a lot of the some of the fancy looking consoles are replaced by much sort of shabbier wooden constructions. The scrying orbs, you've smashed the little ones, and I think that at this point, the big one as well. You were planning to include the big one in your reign of destruction, weren't you? The big one on the floor, not just the one on the the one that was providing. Did you want to smash the holographic one on the floor that was giving you the layout of the whole?
I was going for the one that I could see, but nobody else could.
Yes. You as a group.
I think the rest of us were smashing everything.
You were smashing everything else. Well, in addition to the
we're not going to leave it for other people to use.
In addition to the damage that you've already smashed, this seems to be enough to break, to put a crack through the huge scrying orb on the floor. You see its power die out.
Break it all.
And the illusory depiction of the building vanishes as well. But yeah, suddenly it is as if the scales have fallen from your eyes. You all still look to each other like you would expect. Tammy still looks like Tammy to everyone else, even though you do not. You are seeing Celestia's body, Tammy. Same for Skathak. Same for Corzin, who still looks like Bitey to everyone else. However, everyone can now see the grim, underground-looking building lit with dim light, light stones.
I feel so bad for all the other people.
God, everyone is freaking the fuck out, aren't they?
Yeah, there's kind of been sort of background muffled shouting through the walls this whole time.
It's about to get so much worse.
It has now. You've now heard the scream. You hear screaming start.
Fair.
Joining in with it all.
Valid.
Yeah. the same from your other companions for the most part. I mean, Diana is looking sort of resolutely deranged no matter what at this point.
She's had enough.
Yeah, she is not looking great, but also surprisingly unflapped by the whole thing. Chanterelle is... her eyes are bugging out. Same with Hubert. I mean, Stabby's reacting like a panicking cat. And you just hear go, fuck. Tammy, what the fuck is going on?
Obliviously turns around after her Rambo moment. Just goes, oh, fuck, babe, that was really cathartic, if I'm honest.
Feel better?
Yeah, like way better.
Got that out?
Excellent. So much better?
Well,
Wait, you were
I
saying
think we're
everything
seeing-
looked like a dungeon?
yeah, I think we're seeing what you're seeing now.
Oh, shit, am I not tripping? I mean, we
No,
kind of established
you're
that
the
anyway,
only one
but really
Also,
not.
Everything is here now. Oh.
You are now able to see the kind of diffuse and uncertain looking rainbow spirit sort of in like a haze around Tammy. You can also see now what's the condition here? You know who you are, you remember your memories, you see yourself, and you can see the environment. Okay, you see hazy looking spirits come sharply into focus, those of the fish spirits and the octopus spirit. And Tammy, you see that this as well.
So they're like normal.
Yeah, suddenly, Corzin, now that you are able to perceive them, and since you know who you are, and all of that is fine, you are now able... They seem to... This seems to complete some sort of loop in some way, and they all sharpen into focus.
Felt a bit lonely without you lot.
Yeah. Says the octopus.
Same to you.
Suddenly a bit more a thing. That's weird. I mean,
think
pretty
this
though.
conclusively proves. Yeah, no, this conclusively proves that whatever they're doing here has like some major layered illusions going on.
Yeah, so we're all seeing the same thing now, right?
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
encouraging, don't you think?
No, because
Yeah.
where's the university that I go to? I wouldn't call that encouraging.
I think we
Indeed.
need to break the rest of the machines, and then we'll have a clearer idea of what's actually real and what's not.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. No, I think pursuit of the truth and all that stuff. Yeah,
Let's go smash some more shit.
yeah. Chunty, you're down, babe, right? Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I've got to be honest. At this point, I don't know if babe. I don't know if I'm more scared of them, or you, or what's going on. But okay,
Babe, you don't have to be scared of me. I got your back.
I just saw you empty a gun into a wall.
Yeah,
and
but you
then
didn't see me
everything
empty it
went
into a
crazy.
person, did you?
I have to say,
Corzin shrugs.
Yeah, but I have to say, she does make a good point. Yeah, I'll take it. Shanty and Hubert awkwardly shuffle after you, specifically Tammy. Everyone's just like, okay. So you have some choices of where you want to try to get to next. There is so places you have not visited.
Where have we
Babe.
not been?
You have not been to the administration building. You've not been to the archive/scriptorium. You have not been to transmaterial engineering,
We've not been to the trans engine.
and you have
Kind
not
of want to go to the trans engine.
So
There's no good
bad.
reason for it.
and you have not been to the accelerator.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to send another map because I've put question marks on all the ones that we haven't been to.
Well, from your expertly drawn map, we can see that the trans engine is actually next door to where we currently are.
It is, actually.
Yes.
That's conveniently located.
Because trans rights, I don't know.
And indeed, the entrance to the accelerator is indeed between the Abjuration and Transmaterial Engineering departments. So yes, those are your two nearest options.
So I'm sorry, we are in.
You're in Abjuration.
I mean, my vote is so for the trans engine for no reason.
Do we think we need to break something in all of these places before we can actually break the big one?
I mean, I don't know how this kind of thing works, to be honest.
Look, I've got a bunch of memories of a bunch of misadventures in various kinds of dungeons, and usually you got to do all the bits.
Alright, magic's not my strong point, but if it's like multiple magics layered on top of one another, it would make sense that you'd have to scrape away the outer layers before you could get to the center, right? And the accelerator's in the center.
Like a gobstopper. Have you ever had a gobstopper? They're good.
Well,
It's just
good
sugar.
shit.
I was more thinking like an onion, but it makes sense.
I was kind of had an
Why would
apple
you
in
lick
my
an
head.
onion?
I don't know why you would lick an apple. I was thinking like peeling the apple. Shut up.
No, it also makes sense.
But you could have a gobstopper and just lick it until your tongue bleeds. One time I thought it had changed colour again. It turns out no, my tongue was just bleeding.
The grip on the gun just like tightens because this, after watching you murder a room full of people if I don't know you, is fucking horrifying.
True story about the gobstopper, though. I thought it had turned red. It had not. I was bleeding.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You'd sucked it to a fine edge, to like a razor. Oh no!
No, just
sorry,
basically,
do you-
I'd sandpapered my tongue onto the gobstopper.
Oh god. Do
I
you
did
play
that
a
with a throat
character on this
lozenge once.
podcast? Like, are you sure you're playing someone? Because
Sometimes
that's
I
the
just
most
don't
scamp
know.
thing, to injure yourself on a sweet because you couldn't stop licking it.
No, I did that with a Ricola once. Yeah,
Did that with a what?
with a Ricola throat lozenge.
Oh, ow, ow.
Wow.
Oh, that's even worse though, because you were ill and then also bleeding. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Should we go to the trans engine?
Yeah, babe.
Seems like a good
an
place to go
engine?
as any right now, and yeah, I'm gonna make sure that it isn't just my magic securing Dr. Archer. I'm gonna like take off his tie and hog tie him with it.
Ooh.
I mean, are you like actually hog tying him? Like leaving him? Cool. Are you?
We can't. Don't
Are
leave
you
him here. We're not
bringing
leaving. We're
him-
not leaving them.
Can't leave him in the burning room.
Yes, I would note that the room
Oh,
is
right, yeah,
increasingly
no, you-
filling with smoke, and it is getting harder to breathe.
Right. Okay.
Bring him along for the net ride, I guess.
But you can, like, if you're binding his hands or anything.
Yeah, I'll bind his hands, and this will be comedic. There's no way around it. But I'm gonna bind his hands, throw him over my shoulder. His head will probably be dragging along the floor.
His butt's
but
in the air.
And I will, rush down the corridor in the direction of the
there's a lot
transmaterial
of-
engine.
There's a lot of like dead security folk, isn't there?
Yep.
Can I have a gun?
Yeah. You grab a second gun.
I want
This
a
is-
new one because mine's finished now.
Yeah, you actually look at yours and you can see it, and sort of pulling it, you just hear a sort of sound. It appears that you've somehow managed to completely drain this one. Do you, like, toss it away dramatically, or do you keep the spent one?
Toss it away.
Dramatically
Walk
toss
away
it
from
away.
the fire and
Nice.
awkwardly bend down to pick up another gun as I'm doing
Yeah,
so.
you have some options, by the way, guns wise.
Oh, yeah?
So there are more of these. There are more of these fire pistols. There are the exciting-looking rod-like blunderbusses that you never saw used, and there are two musket-like staves with musket stocks that shot lightning bolts.
It sounds like the blunderbuss looks the coolest.
Yeah.
And Tammy doesn't know about guns, so I'm going to go for that one. 'Cause
Okay.
It looks cool.
All right, you have the blunderbuss.
I'm
Tell
gonna
me
go for
when
one of
you
the
use
fire
it.
pistols.
Tammy has sunglasses, right? Because Celestia does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go
Yeah.
down, so walk away from
Okay.
the fire. It looks shit, but I think I look
So
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, so if you want to do any last minute looting in this room, there are the stun batons, the fire pistols.
I might have a
blunderbusses.
baton as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab one of them too.
Okay, so these, I'm just going to give you the stats for the batons because you've seen them used.
Yeah.
They do 1d6 bludgeoning and 1d6 lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Damage is necessarily subdual.
Yep.
On a crit, the target must make a DC 12 con save or be paralyzed, repeating the save at the end of each of their turns.
Okay, nice.
Repeating the end of their turns allows them to shrug it off the paralysis.
Cool.
So yeah, taser batons, essentially. Okay. Also worth mentioning, a character that is immune to lightning is immune to the paralysis effect.
Cool. Okay.
Alright, so you stumble, you pull the doors out. Oh, sorry, you use the fob to get a little red fob to get the doors to open, and run and stumble out into the circular corridor. As you do so, you see panicked-looking people running from between rooms to rooms. And you are able to use this as cover to make your way right and onwards towards transmaterial engineering. You pass along the way. By the way, this corridor was before a cheerful, brightly lit corridor with ceiling windows and plant and decorative plants. No, dank, dark, carved stone looking dungeon corridor.
Ooh.
No decoration, dim light stones in the light stones at sparse intervals, giving the barest illumination. This place is grim and dark.
Got a bit like a horror film, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what, with the university-esque appearance up, the doorway to the accelerator would have looked like, but right now it looks like a huge solid steel door with one of those little fob key things on it, with little black circle painted on the metal.
Black.
Yes.
Interesting.
I will note none of you have a black fob.
No, but there was a black dot in the room with us, right?
Yes, there was.
Could that be our Professor Man, what we've kidnapped, and could he have
Could
a
be.
black dot? Could
Can
he
I
have
go
a
through
black
his
fob
pockets?
Even? It could be. You did not investigate. You did not inquire as to the exact position of the black dot, but it was close to the rest of your group, the sort of cluster that was the group.
I don't know, I'm just wondering.
Of course,
Could also be the snail.
It could also be the snail, yeah.
Yeah,
That is
true.
also very true. It is still
I'm
a
gonna-
snail, hilariously.
I'm still carrying a snail around.
This whole time.
I'm going to go through the pockets of the guy I have, at the very least, just on the off chance.
Dr. Archer's just sort of awkwardly lets you rifle through his pockets. You do indeed find a key ring with a red fob on.
Alright, fine.
She says, "I'm sorry. Only Dr. Vintner or Professor Mariposa have all Security Chief Ira, Security Chief Irene have access to the accelerator. Sorry, this is quite a stressful time."
It's okay, babe. Take some deep breaths with a big gun.
You see him grit his teeth and just sort of breathe in and out through gritted teeth.
Yeah, you'll feel better.
If we're facing the door to the trans engine, is the door to the accelerator behind us now?
Yes, you move on past it and head towards the door to transmaterial engineering.
Right.
It's a good thing you memorised this layout, because all the signs are gone.
Yeah, figured.
They don't exist. But again, but transmaterial engineering, you see another pair of steel doors, this time with a red marked fob.
Gotcha.
We got one of them.
There is no view into the room itself.
Okay, I wait for everybody to gather outside the door, hold up the fob, and, everybody ready?
I mean, sure at this point.
Ready as we'll ever
Fuck
be.
it.
Yep.
Bleep.
I'm going to stand to one side of the door when it opens, just in case there's immediately someone shooting through it.
Yeah, I just don't
Yeah.
think Tammy's that smart. Tammy hasn't been in these situations, so I just stand in front of it with my gun.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, you've also got a big gun, that's not a
Yeah.
bad shout.
As
You've
you
got the hero shot of the door opening and you're there with your big gun.
Tammy just looking increasingly more dishevelled, and kind of,
Eyeliner down the face.
yeah, kind of looking a bit more like Diana's looking at this point. The door, you press the fob, and interestingly, there is not the cheerful ding sound as before. There is a small a sort of sound, but it's much less involved. The doors slide open, and you are greeted with you can kind of imagine how this would have looked more like optical engineering, more like a standard looking engineering department, sort of maybe different. You can see that there are crude wooden tables which might have been nice sort of polished glass and steel ones. You can see utilitarian looking doors on the far side leading further into the building, and most importantly you can also see you can see a large broadly cylindrical looking machine in the center. And machine is the best word. It seems to be it's again one of these combinations of mage metals, armor and protective equipment that reminds you of a strange mix of gigantic style engineering and sort of battle proofing. Unlike the optical engineering machine, there is not a conveniently exposed panel in this one. You can, however, see that it does have a little sort of plinth sort of on the top of it, above which there is a field of protective sort of looking energy. And suspended in it, you can see a series of small bags that you recognise. As those of you who can remember, so Corzin.
Oh, our bags.
And
Okay.
Indeed, Skatak, although you can't get the name that's associated with them, you recognise these as Scamp's bags of holding.
Ooh, okay, makes sense.
Along with on pieces of paper, all along on boards, all on one side, copious notes that an entire research team appear to have made, attempting to analyse this unique sort of magic that's appeared here. You have no idea how close or far away they are from reverse engineering your bags of holding, but it seems like they were attacking this with a lot of gusto. You can also see most of the research team here as well, largely cowering in a panic and bewildered by what the fuck is going on. Some of them have grabbed pieces of equipment, are holding it protectively to their chests. You don't really know what their functions are, including you can see oh boy, and this includes a couple of figures you've seen briefly before. One you see is the halfling technician in the blue jumpsuit with short black hair with blue tips, the one drinking Toroid adrenal extract, and you can still see her holding, with a degree of panic, a crude, a simple clay vessel.
Oh no. That's a bit sad. Was she having pretend caffeine this whole time? Is that why she was so tired?
Oh no.
She just thought she was having caffeine. She was why isn't it doing anything? Because she was just drinking fucking water this whole time.
So yeah, Technician Bones is in the corner looking vaguely bewildered and exhausted. The other figure, however, you briefly caught sight of, stood in the centre of the room and turns with a slightly unhinged grin.
Oh, good.
You see, you briefly caught sight of the security chief as you ducked out of her way. Now you can see she has grabbed some equipment in the time in between, and indeed apparently equipped it. So this half-elf woman with crew-cut bright red hair and tanned skin has clear muscles straining against cheap black uniform. But she has replaced her security baton with several other weapons. And you can see that draped over the uniform is... Oh, this is a weird one. Would they have dropped? Yes, they'd have just dropped it at this point. So this is not disguised. What appears to be a long, sort of almost trench coat-like coat made of some sort of bright silvery lizard skin with a reversible purple interior.
Boo.
And she is also She also has holstered or holstered at her side. Okay. Slung across her back is a rifled carbine. In a hip holster is a revolving pistol. You can see that she currently has also holstered at her side two familiar-looking blades in scabbards, one with a distinctive adamantine look to it. And currently held in her hands is the familiar-looking blunderbuss Dishonor. Security Chief Irene gives you a manic grin as you arrive and begins pulling up the Dishonor. Gotcha. And I think this will not be, and this is not going to be drawn out, but just for order, could I please ask everyone to roll a quick initiative?
Certainly.
Ugh.
17.
11.
Why can I never remember my initiative modifier? God damn. 21. No more than that. Hang on, because I've got Jack. Where is my initiative modifier? Sorry, I'm having a total fart. 23. Yep. 23.
Wow.
Nice. Okay. Tammy, you definitely get the jump on her. Like, she's bringing up the gun. You've already got yours pointed forwards.
I have like an immediate thing that I wanted to say, which is completely pointless, but I want to.
There's time for one-liners.
Just because it's Tammy, she just looks at her and goes, "Wow, babe, you're like really armed," and then just shoots her.
Okay.
Because it's Tammy and Tammy's not used to killing people, non-lethal is what I'm aiming for in shots. Because I don't think you would naturally be like murder if you haven't done that.
You might well be
before.
aiming for that. Are you holding the blunderbuss?
Yeah. I don't know what it does. I'm just point and click, man.
Yeah, you try and do this as non-lethally as possible. Maybe you even try and aim for her legs. The blunderbuss does not care about this. As you pull the trigger...
I do not care, I only blunder.
The rod lights up with white light that condenses and then fires shards of ice in a spray.
Oh, shit, man. Okay.
Directly in front of it.
The coat's not gonna help with that shit, is it, bitch?
No, it's not. Can I ask you to roll 8d8, please?
8d8. Jesus, okay.
So this...
That I'm not doing on a roller because that sounds fun and I want to throw a load of dice.
Do it. Yes.
Okay. Hang on. 4. Do you have a day where you just can't tell D8s and D10s apart? Doesn't happen
every
very
day.
often these days, but just
Literally every
today,
day.
it's a problem apparently. They look the exact same to me.
I have to have them on opposite sides of my desk.
You see,
in
that's
order to-
a smart people move rather than the pile that I've got going on.
Yeah.
That is 2, 4, 6. So you 2 more. Where are all the D8s gone? I know that I have hundreds, but I only see D10s before me. Like, in this pile of dice, there are definitely more. Okay, 1. I need another one.
You guys just have a sense of
There
drama.
they
They're
are.
keeping us in
They are.
suspense.
They want us to wait.
It'll be worth it. Trust me.
I mean, you were right, actually. Fucking hell. So
Vindication!
is 8, which, if Sarah is interested, is a spider on the spider dice. Thank you, Sarah. That is 15, 19, 24, 31, 36, 38, 42. The meaning of life.
Yeah.
Okay, you see the shard, the spray of frozen shards fires straight at Irene as she's raising the blunderbuss. She flicks a hand, and you see a small ring on her finger lights up. And a shield of translucent sort of orange light flashes into existence in front of her, but shatters. But as the first few ice shards impact it, it flickers, flashes, and then breaks apart. One of the shards slicing just past her face and cutting her cheek. In the process. Unflinching, though, she fires...
Did she take damage from that?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Excellent.
she does. I'm just flavouring how she took the damage.
Oh, that's cool.
Unflinching, she pulls the trigger, legendary action, and fires Dishonoured against you.
Bang, bang, bang.
So this is just an attack. Oh yeah. So that is that's 23 to hit.
Oh, I mean, obviously it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I just...
Oh my god, I've got so many spells. I actually don't think I've been hit, which is wild.
I guess
I really don't think
you've
I
not
have.
been the greatest threat at any up to
No.
this point.
I also have the least hit points, so I'll take that
Yeah.
happily.
Okay, so you take...
I'm pretty certain I got hit, and I can't see where I've written it down. I'm gonna have to keep
a
looking.
fair amount. You get 18.
No,
You
there
take
it is.
18 points of just straight up bludgeoning damage, or progressive damage, as a slug fires out of the end, and more by luck as much as anything else, doesn't go through your center of mass, but you do feel it kind of like wing you. And it doesn't crack a rib, but you feel something strain as it narrowly avoids getting you in the chest.
Being shot fucking sucks.
Yeah. Which rolls us onto the next person, which is Corzin.
Okay. Corzin is going to, as a bonus action, in terms of the scale of this room, is it similar to the Abjuration place we were just in, or is it bigger?
Similar. It's actually a little smaller, if anything.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but suffice to say, Irene is presently 30 feet from the entrance. Where
Perfect.
you all are.
In the entranceway, then, Corzin is going to move his entire movement to the left-hand side, but in the entranceway, as a bonus action, he is going to cast Grasping Vine, which is going to lash out 30 feet and attempt to pull her towards all of us.
Okay.
So she needs to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 16.
Which she does.
Okay.
You see, as the vine comes out, in an instant, she lowers Dishonored, draws Riptide, and slashes through the attempting spiritual octopus tentacle.
Okay. It'll probably be sliced off and then
It
regrow
reforms a
somewhere
moment
else.
later. Yeah.
My brain is really full of shit today. Do you know what it's currently singing to me? It's got move his entire movement to the left hand side. Move his entire movement to the left. I'm like, thank you. Anything else? Cool.
Okay, as my main action, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to level the fire pistol at her and shoot twice.
Okay.
That's first attack. I assume this is with Corzin stats plus 11. To hit?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Oh boy, yeah, that's. Oh, hang on. Sorry, maths. Yeah, so that's a 31.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and so that's going to be a D10, I assume. Okay, that's 15 fire damage. And the second one, that's 15 to hit.
That does not hit. But the first shot comes up, and you see her adjust her stance, drawing the coat in front of her so that it takes the brunt of the fire blast. There's like a little bit that licks onto her hand, and you see her fingers twitch from the slight burns. Yeah,
I'm 25 feet to one side now. I'm basically trying to get us all out of a clump.
Yeah. Okay, you move off to one side. Alright.
That's the end of my turn.
And at the end of your turn, she is going to act again. Actually, she doesn't act this time. This time, you see one you see her snap her attention to one of the cowering scientists, and shout, "Well, don't just stand there!" The scientist seems to snap out of what they're doing and is going to point a odd-looking sort of rod at... Let's just roll for this, because scientists don't know who to hit. Where's my d4s? There's my d4. Points it at Corzin.
Okay.
And the piece of machinery lights up, lets out a sort of sudden hissing, squealing sound, and as it breaks, does fire a sort of purplish beam at your center of mass. Can I ask you to make... I just need to check. My instinct is that this is probably Constitution, but I just need to check. No! A Wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay. That is gonna be a 7.
Yeah, okay.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Alright. You are... Yep. What... I've actually forgotten, but I don't think it really matters at this point. You're definitely a high enough level for any of for this to be a consideration. So, with a sudden, you watch as the creature strikes you. As the beam strikes you, you see a series of purplish planes of light form around you and start to take in and start to to lay out a shape, and you feel yourself sinking down a tunnel almost. Your mind changing, your will subsumed.
God.
And suddenly, almost expanding outwards from the purple sort of prism that is placed around Corzin, a massive, not limbless but legless form bursts into existence, knocking over several of the tables. As Corzin, you are transformed into a killer whale.
Okay.
You have a movement of 0.
Okay.
90 hit points.
Oh no.
An armor class of 12.
Okay.
Wow. Shit.
You can attempt to bite immediately adjacent targets.
Okay.
And if anyone is still left immediately adjacent when your turn comes round, who has not moved away from the sort of thrashing killer whale, yeah. The good news is, you breathe air, and you're currently not dried out. You certainly are not likely to die of dehydration within the span of this spell.
Oh, good. Yeah. So, just to give you a brief peek into my notes here, it's like, Chief of Security. She has all of our weapons now turned into killer whale.
I love your D&D notes. They're always really good.
It's a good job I'm the only one that needs to make sense of them, is all I'll say.
Yours make way more sense than mine do. Yours tell the story.
Okay.
Just in a very bizarre, like, small thoughts way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to Skatek. You are... The good news is, Corzin went 25 feet off to one side before turning into a massive killer whale, so you are not smacked by the expanding killer whale in any way.
Yeah, like, how long am I from, like, nose to tail?
I mean, you're certainly a huge creature.
Okay, I'm huge size, so that's like 20 by 20.
Killer whales are big.
You
they
are. Yeah, okay. You're in like the sort of.
Google average killer whale size. Well,
Yeah,
it's
you're
not my
like
turn.
what 9? Not like an orca. How many feet are in a meter? Like kind of 3 if you round down. Yes. So you're like 30. You're like. I'm going to say that you're on the smaller end.
How big is a killer whale
So
in feet?
you're about 20 feet. Yeah, you're about 20 feet long.
23
Yes.
feet. An adult male killer whale may grow to a length of approximately 27 feet,
gonna
whereas
say you're
females grow to an average of 23 feet.
Oh, okay. No, all right. You're 25 feet. Either
And
way,
have a mass of somewhere between 3 and 4 tons with a swimming speed of about 56
Yes.
kph.
But a land speed of 0.
0. You have a land. You are a beached orca.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that brings us to Skadak, who I guess because of size increase, you and everyone else are now 10 feet from Corzin, and 30 feet from Irene.
Ooh. And the snail is still a snail, so concentration's a thing.
Yep.
Can I polymorph a polymorphed creature?
Strictly speaking, there's nothing in the rules that prevents it.
If I polymorph a polymorph thing and it resists, what happens then?
Like the spells like stack onto each other in order.
Yeah.
So
Just thinking, if I try and polymorph lovely... Actually, the save is Wisdom 18. I don't think this snail has enough that it's going to be... I'm not sure the snail can save. If I have to cast it again on the snail.
I think, yeah, the snail would... the snail gets, could roll a nat 20, basically.
Okay, I think it's worth the risk. Other question. So technically it has to be a real animal.
Yes.
But what if I turn the Corzin killer whale into just a killer whale with legs? I know it's not a real thing, but the idea of a land shark but killer whale is really appealing.
Is the bullet a beast or a monstrosity?
Ooh, it's basically
good
the same,
question.
isn't it?
Why is
I
my
forgot.
brain picturing it with people legs? What is wrong with me? Just people legs, but loads of them, so that it would hold up a killer whale. Oh, that's so cursed.
Because the bullet is, strictly speaking, the land shark in D&D. So
Yeah.
it is a monstrosity.
Boo.
I would allow you to pick to go for something like a giant giant bear of some description. Are there giant bear options? There's giant boar.
I mean,
Those
a lot of
dire bears,
dinosaurs
surely.
are not that far off, I guess.
Yeah.
Where's my list of creatures?
Become
I
a
did
polar
have
bear.
Yeah, polar bears. are
If
solid.
we're going with cetaceans with legs, bears are in the you're going into the right sort of territory there.
Yeah.
Mine's got people legs. I don't know what any of you are talking about.
I guess maybe a mammoth? Could I use a mammoth stat? I guess they're not very bitey though, are they?
No, they're more sort of trunky.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue that you could use a mammoth stat block and go like a sort of cousin of a bullet, almost like bullets before they got the armor. So it would be the closest thing, which implies that bullets are like a weird sort of back to the sea and then back to the land again evolutionary.
They're
branch.
probably one of those things that in the greater D&D cosmology is just probably a good thing that the wizard that created them is now dead.
Fucking owlbears.
Yes.
Has a
I love
bite
an owlbear.
still, though.
Yeah, we all love the owlbear.
Classic criticism of like, why would you take the least damaging parts of the two animals and combine them?
They are stupid.
I mean, yeah. But T-Rex is so much better in terms of stats, but I just love the idea of Corzin just growing legs suddenly.
It's
As a
really
killer whale.
funny.
I mean, for a whale to suddenly be given legs, I think would be a bit of a existential crisis, frankly, for a whale. It's like, what am I supposed to do with these? It's like, you've given me like a shittier fin.
I guess since if we're going with the justification of the sort of missing link between orcas and bullets, I need like a nature check to see if you've even like to
See how fucked up this gets.
almost to see whether you can whether you've heard of anything like a whale with legs or not, because this is like, yeah.
I rolled a 7, so probably not.
I say this a lot off air, but I love playing D&D with you.
All right, in which case, I think you're going to
I
need a
just want
luck
the
check
leg.
on this front, then.
Okay. 2!
Oh boy.
All right. Wow. Sorry. Ellie has drawn an orca
With
It's got
people
full
legs.
and I think they're in high heels.
They are in high heels because
Yeah.
it made
Wow.
it more cursed.
Please can this happen?
Oh, it does.
Please
It
can I
kind of
mess up
needs
and just give Corzin high
full
heel legs?
legs, because it doesn't have its back ones. Because that's the issue here.
Yeah, clearly.
You try to turn the killer whale into something between a fish and a four-legged creature, because you're trying to give the killer whale legs. You don't know enough to know about bullets, really, and you certainly don't know enough to have heard of the rare semi-hypothetical creature that, you know, only like fossil evidence has been found of for the missing link in between those two creatures. However, Corzin as whale, would you like to deliberately fail this save?
I think if I retain my personality, then yeah, I trust Scamp enough that
You
this
should.
is a thing.
Okay.
Well, you've made a poor choice today, my friend.
Hey, anything that gets me legs, frankly, is an improvement right now.
All
The
right.
other two legs, it looks worse, I think. I'm gonna put it on the chat.
I can't wait to see this, yeah.
It's been refined since Jason looked at it a minute ago.
This has
It's got more legs now.
arguably turned out for the better in some ways.
So friggin' cursed.
Wow. You added the kick.
Oh,
you added the
that-
kick.
Yeah.
The sad face and the
Wow.
help me really.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Stowaways, if you bug me on Twitter, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So,
Also, I don't think that's where their eyes are.
Well, I don't know killer whale anatomy.
Neither does Scamp, and that's the problem.
yeah. So you were trying to turn Corzin into a giant bullet with legs, and instead you get a point in between fish and creatures on land. Corzin, you turn into a huge, slimy amphibian, like
Okay.
creature, and I don't mean like a giant newt. I mean like a big
A lungfish or something?
Yeah, like a fish with like flippers that you can kind of move on land with.
Okay. So like,
Just about.
not out of place in the Cambrian expansion.
Yeah, you look very Cambrian right now.
Right. What stat block am I using for this abomination?
I'm going to say you're using the stat block of a giant lizard. You are still inexplicably huge, because Scamp has somehow reached into the mists of time and gone for the largest possible version of this thing that could have ever existed. So I'm going to say that you do have 40 hit points now,
Right.
but in all other respects, you are using the giant lizard stat block.
Gotcha. I have that.
You are also now very much feeling yourself drying out, as you have this sensation that your lungs sort of work barely.
Oh no.
But you really are kind of would prefer to be breathing oxygen in through your skin.
Gross.
Like, again, in the hour you're likely, you could potentially be above water. This will not cause you to suffocate, but it will not be a pleasant experience for you.
Yeah, no, it's...
Whoops. Well, I tried. And I'm twinning the spell to keep the snail a snail.
The snail rolled a 2, which... I mean... Yeah, that worked out for you, because the turn after yours, the spell was going to expire. So you've just reset the hour counter.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, well done.
Anything else you'd like to
Snail time! I mean, if we need his stuff, but not right this moment. We've got
If we
other
need his
things
stuff, we'll step on a snail. Fine.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, this is the moment. Roll 2d100, please.
Oh, no.
Bye,
it
snail.
entirely is.
Bye.
Maximum chaos.
I mean, we've got a whale on legs. Fuck it at this point. Let's
Yeah.
go. It's on. Oh, my brain's so full of poo. So, you know the security card, you've called her Irene. Not Eileen. My brain's going, come on,
dear.
Irene. That's
I
not
was
the
thinking-
lyrics. Wrong name.
I was thinking
It's a
goodnight, Irene.
73 and a 68.
Was that a 3?
73.
73 and
68.
Cool. You see in your future terror or vomit.
Oh, wow.
Which path do you lean towards?
These are a few of my favourite things.
Ooh.
God.
Oh no. How many people are in the room? Lots.
Yes.
Plenty, lots.
Let's go for vomit! I don't
Okay.
regret this.
Can I ask you to roll a luck check, please?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
6.
Ooh, 6. So, counting upwards through your team. Okay, you've missed the first 4. I need to really just flip a coin on this one. Okay, the cat stabber immediately starts hacking up hairballs.
Oh, is it proper like cat throwing up stuff as well?
Yeah,
Because that
proper
shit's
cat
grim.
throwing up.
Oh, that is
Stabber is poisoned for the next 4 hours.
Oh,
Whoa.
poor Stabber. Oh no.
Yeah, Stabber is very ill,
Oh,
looking
baby.
very ill, and just cat sick,
Ooh.
vomiting little cat sick.
Ooh, gross. Oh, cats being sick is the worst.
Okay, so some wild times happening here. I think that you've got movement or a bonus action.
I'm going to get some sorcery points back
Okay.
and use that. Yeah. and I'm gonna stay on the edge of the doorway because that seems like a decent place to be at the moment.
Cool. On that cheerful note, then, I think that means that the gateway you've got, Irene sort of, her eyes flicker through around the situation, getting a sense of it all, and she is going to rush at you, Scamp, drawing the other, drawing a second blade, and holstering Dishonored, drawing Death, and is going to make some attacks. So, what is your armor class right now?
12.
Okay.
Oof.
1, 2, 3. Let's see how these go.
Does
So-
she have to go past anyone who is there any attacks of opportunity, or
She does not go past anyone at this point.
Okay.
But she does basically almost. I'm going to say that she sprints forward and kind of shoulder checks into the rush of Tammy, Diana, and Yusketek, and will attempt to. Will actually kind of attempt to barge through you as she attacks, so she's on the opposite, so that she can get past you to the other side of the door. But it's only when she leaves your space that you'll get attacks of opportunity.
It probably would have been really helpful if I'd drawn a map for this room, but instead I've drawn a killer whale with
That's
legs.
alright.
I
Again,
mean, that is a work of art,
That was
and I
the
will hear
priority.
nothing else.
That was the correct priority.
that was the correct
Yeah,
priority.
it was.
Oh, okay. And this one. Right.
Dang.
So, yeah, these are going to be some bad blows. I mean, just for the sake of knowing it, how many hit points does an African land scale you have? If
I don't know. I don't think there are really stats for that.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be at most 5.
That sounds fair.
Given that it's a snail. So, with her first stroke, as she shoulder barges into you, she's going to bring Dishonored. It's going to bring Death, in fact, up and bisect the snail. This does mean some of the damage is going to spill over.
Escargot.
So I'm going to make a note of how much spilled over onto Dr. Vintner there. As with a shattering of golden light, as the blade sort of cuts through Dr. Vintner in the process, Vintner spills out of his imprisonment onto the ground, bleeding and looking fucking pissed. This, however, is somewhat secondary, as she then stabs you twice. And when I say stabs, I mean the first one just full on runs you through. Scamp.
It's fine. We've got no healers.
Yeah, and this did not. Okay, well, this could have rolled worse.
Corzin can still do a cure wounds,
So-
so that is it.
Nope. Corzin's a whale.
Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot for a second there.
6.
Yeah, and all of my medical stuff is transformed with me as well.
6 roll doubled to 12 because it was a crit plus extra, so 18 points of damage for the first hit,
Oh god.
and 26 for the second.
Jesus. Ow, ow,
Okay.
ow.
Are
Still
you
concentrating.
and still up?
Corzin. Yeah, still up just about. Well, no. What am I at? 26 plus 8, 18. I can do maths.
You've taken 44 damage.
44. Yeah. Well, I'm still up.
Okay.
I'm not looking good, but I'm still
Yeah,
up.
impressively, you're still. You look over, Tammy, and see that Skatic is still standing, despite having just been impaled twice in quick proximity by
I've been stabbed there too many
fucking
times.
sword. Irene looks like begrudgingly impressed, but
Oh, can I hellish rebuke?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
Oh
you
yeah,
can.
do it. Do it.
Ow.
It's
Such
con
biting
save,
words.
Yeah.
Where the hell's the damn thing gone?
Okay, that fails that save, so roll damage.
Is...
3d10. 16 fire.
Okay. With a blast of flame, as you sort of instinctively respond, pink flames
Ow.
burst up and around Ira. She raises she pulls the sort of adjusts her shoulders so that the protective coat takes the worst of it. You do still see burns spread across her for a moment, and hear a sort of hissing.
Rude.
Okay, those are her three attacks, and for the moment at least, she is beside you. Which brings us to Diana, who is going to fucking. What does she have that is not terribly effective? Not terribly effective. That is not area of effect. Is more the consideration. Yeah, Victory's stat block is aimed very much at sinking ships or dealing with large groups of people, because
Fair.
it's kind of what she's specialised in. Sure. She is looking between the two figures in front of her. Got it. You see that she pulls up. Diana pulls up her hands, and two pulses of energy come out. Oh, hold up. Sorry, I just need to check a spell, because the fact is I don't know if you can cast this at a higher level to affect multiple people, or if this is just something you do a lot of.
Yeah.
It is something you can cast at a higher level. Great. So with the two pulses of lightning, a sort of thunder and lightning blast out, and you see as Dr. Vintner is raising his phone and pointing it at you, Scamp. The pulse strikes him, and his eyes sort of roll backwards, and he starts shuddering and convulsing in place, temporarily held by having fluffed the saving throw there against hold person. Irene, however, successfully resists.
Come on, Irene.
Nah.
Sorry, it's feral hours. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Okay, Irene having then uses her last legendary to This one's a weird one. I need to check the wording on it, but I think I can't remember if it's attack then move or move then attack. I think. Fuck it. She's gonna. This is my world, and I can make up the rules.
Yes,
she's
yes,
gonna make an
it is.
attack. One last attack against Scamp. 14.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I suppose technically you have a small chance of bending fate if you wanted.
Nope, I've used my reaction.
You have? Alright. In which case you take an additional 19 points of damage.
Oof.
Half of which.
Concentrating though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
As she slashes into you.
I am a mess.
With a blast of thunderous speed, shoulder checks past you, and you see her blip, not in a teleport, but just like you can see the after image of her movement down the hallway. She gives you one last look before turning and sprinting off in search of further reinforcements. Okay, well, that single round is complete and we are back out of combat again.
Do we all just have to like kick a whale with legs a bunch of times until Corzin
So you see
comes
that
back?
you look and you see everyone is looking as Irene bursts away. Well, actually, there is another round, but everyone can act ahead of Dr. Vintner if you want to do anything, because you, as you turn, you see Diana is holding out a hand, and there's like a little crackling line of lightning between her and the Doctor as she's sort of sustaining the magic, keeping him temporarily incapacitated. Says, I don't know how much longer I can hold this, so...
Is he wearing a tie or anything?
Yes.
Can I tie him up with it? Or tie his wrists?
Yeah, you pull his tie off and can ask for a... You don't have any proficiencies that would like
Actually, a tie would be shit for tying someone up with.
Yeah. But the
Tie
tie...
depends how you do it.
Shoelace. Does he have shoelaces?
Yes, but they take a lot more time to
would.
get out than a tie.
A tie will do.
Tie will do. It's a lovely silk tie. And
Corzin's
interestingly,
like
it actually is a
if I-
lovely silk tie.
What?
Are there any cable ties in Corzin's like pack if we can get him to not be a whale anymore? Because that's the kind of thing you might have
Well,
on a tool belt.
primordial lizard right now.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
until that happens, I'm going to tie him up with what I got.
Yeah, do that.
You've all got one action, so you you pull his tie off and do your best. So
And I would like to put my gun to his head when I'm done.
cool.
Not do
Dex-
anything with it, but that's where I want
And
to
take
be.
the phone.
Cool. Dex.
Oh, yes, and take the phone if that's right.
Okay, so you're going to need to divide up some actions here. So I will say that binding his hands and putting your gun to his head is fine. You can all do that in one round. You can do that in one round. Tammy, can I ask you for a dex check for tying rope, please?
Cool.
Scattag, what do you do?
Oh, nat 20. Weirdly
Nice.
good tie with his tie.
Honestly, his wrists are like almost tourniquet up.
Cracking.
I will
bug on
take
the
the phone and I will stop concentrating on the primordial lizard
Okay, the primordial
and
lizard.
kind of hope that someone else is going to stop doing the whale bit.
The golden light, the lizard sort of body fragments into golden light, and the whale body expands, like sort of flumps back down.
Someone get rid of that immediately, or I'm going to blow everything up in here.
Roll an intimidation check, please.
Oh dear. Do I have intimidation? I don't think I do. I think it's just.
It's
going
raw
to be-
charisma, please.
Yeah, I'm just double checking. I haven't got. Oh wow! I don't need to be proficient. That's a 24.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah. The scientist holding the smoke, like the smoking, glowing bit of machinery, seems to looks at what's just happened and flicks a switch on it, and you hear it sort of down, and the purple and the orca body breaks into shards of purplish light, and Corzin drops to the ground. All to your eyes, bitey.
Just give you a brief insight into the hilarity that is my dyslexic brain. I was just looking at the stat block for Giant Lizard, and the first line is, they can be ridden or used as a draft animal, but my brain actually read that as daft animal.
Very daft animal.
I mean,
yes, they're a very daft animal. They have an intelligence of 2.
Oh, baby. Head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, you have in this moment. The next, just about at the point at which you finish tying him, the Dr. Vintner manages to break free of the electrocution in time to notice the frost blunderbuss pointed at it, just placed against his temple. Ah.
Yeah, babe. Got anything to say?
Probably best not under the circumstances.
Oh, I don't know. I see the merits of you starting to talk.
Very well.
Get his key thing.
I suggest that you all calm down, surrender, and we can put all of this back in order.
Ooh, is that a suggestion?
Absolutely not. I would like my bags, please, or I'm going to start blowing things
Oh,
up.
is that a suggestion? That's a good point.
It wasn't, that's not fair.
No. Like, I was literally just checking checking a stat block. But yes, subtle spell absolutely is on there.
Is suggestion? Does it have
Charm
somatic?
You can cast. I don't. No
check,
suggestion.
I've got
Yeah, can you check if suggestion requires your hands?
Verbal and M. What's M?
Material.
Material.
but
We don't do that
Oh well,
necessarily.
in that case, no. This is just. This is a. Because of who this is. Everyone needs to roll a wisdom save, as
has he got
Dr. Vintner
maths
says
suggest?
I
that.
was going to say, am I myself enough to notice this happening?
If you fail the save, if you succeed against the save, you are.
I get advantage against charm.
It's literally because if I notice the spell being cast, I can do something as a reaction.
Oh, this is a good point.
Yeah, likewise.
Arcana checks from both of you, please, because this is
fair.
yeah,
Subtle stuff.
yeah.
Fair, yeah.
Not great.
Damn it! That's a 6.
And I will do this opposed by his
My
sleight check.
Arcana.
Right, so that was a wisdom save then.
12 on an Arcana, that's not going to be enough.
What was your roll, Corzin?
My roll for the Arcana was 6.
Yeah, you don't notice.
Wisdom saves 18 though.
Okay. And Scamp, I would say that because Vintner really flubbed that roll, 12 is just enough to notice.
Okay, then I would like to try and counterspell it.
Okay, at what level are you trying to counterspell?
How much spells have I got left?
Right, I'm going to just have a look at what the... Sorry, I tabbed out the wrong bit to look at something else.
Counterspell is...
Oh shit, it's by default 4. Have I got any 4s left? I have 1 4 left. Fuck it, I'll do it at 5th.
Cool. Please roll the...
Boo!
I think it's intelligence check.
Yeah, I think it's...
I think isn't the DC like the 10 plus the level of the spell?
I haven't used it for used this in a while. Sorry, folks.
Oh, don't worry.
There we go. Yeah.
No, absolutely fine.
Using your spellcasting ability. So, charisma,
Okay,
charisma check for you, please.
I'm going to use Tides, because this could be a
Okay.
nuisance. is a 21.
Nice.
Yeah, that will do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
So before you can fall prey to the attack, the attack where, by the way, I'm pretty sure an 18 is the success threshold. You manage to break, you sort of instinctively react with your magic, and interrupt the mass suggestion.
No.
Oh.
No. Someone gag this person.
Anyone got anything to do that
Yeah,
with?
Corzin will go up and start gagging him, and roughly as he's doing so, he'll say, "A word to the wise: nobody in the history of calming down has ever calmed down as a result of being told to calm down."
Corzin,
Yep.
I assume you're gagging him as you do this.
Yes.
What are you using to gag him with? You see Hubert just sort of awkwardly offers a handkerchief.
I was moments away from offering a sock, so that's an improvement.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, he has a toolkit with him, right?
Yes.
There would there not, in any self-respecting mechanic's toolkit, a number of assorted rags?
There are indeed a number of assorted
And
rags.
gaffer tape.
And gaffer tape, yes.
Okay.
Gaffer tape for things that move that shouldn't move.
Yeah, you
WD-40 for things that aren't moving that should.
You grab a rag and what seems to be a curious sort of roll of tape with glue stuck onto it, and you just seal Dr. Vintner's mouth solid.
Yep.
The horrible part of my brain that is like my previous D&D characters was like, can't cast without a tongue. Like, no!
Oh, Steve was fucked up.
Not like Steve.
Oh,
but like
Stephen, you were a mess. Steve had a necklace of teeth. It was a very different character to Scamp.
Yeah, after this, Corzin is going to turn to the other and say, "Sorry, I'm not usually like this. It's just, I was a whale and then a lizard. It's..."
Can someone give me my bags, please?
I'm pretty sure you're actually an amphibian, but Hubert looks awkward.
Hubert Hunt, now's just not the time, alright?
Right.
I'm going to attempt to retrieve the bags.
Yeah.
Corzin needs a displacement activity right now.
As you try and retrieve them, your hand presses against a field of solid force.
Okay. You remember the thing I said about exploding the room if we didn't get the things we need? That's still on the table. Can we get my bags, please?
As you look around, I'm going to say that... the other technician in the room,
God.
Bones,
Oh, Bones isn't having the best day.
looks up and says, looking at her sadly at her empty cup,
Oh, Bones.
sorry, you've you need to I mean, it looks kind of different to how it used to, but not completely. But I think you're gonna need to turn it to actually deactivate the field. There's a little. She nods towards a panel of sorts, most of which looks like sort of smooth metal with a series of magical markings around it, and a familiar looking little fob with a black circle in the middle.
Boop. Who's got the thing?
Probably him. I
and-
vaguely nudge with the gun.
That's a good
Oh, we
point.
got the keys already, didn't we? Someone picked up the
Yes,
keys.
you pull the keys
Yes,
out.
get his key thing.
And indeed, there is a black fob on it. Pressing the fob onto the machine, you see an illusory sort of display projected above the blank steel with a series of options on it, conveniently in Cambionese. One of which it does not take you long to find to see says there are a number of options, including one of which is very obviously deactivate isolation shield, and there are the rest of which seem to be broken down into a combination of settings for different types of analysis and power distribution.
Huh. Well, deactivate, I guess.
You tap that little bit of the illusory screen, it gives a sort of bing sound, and the shielding spell flickers out of existence. The blue field fades, and the little and the floating bags slowly lower to the ground, or rather to the top of the huge machine under it. Grabbing your bags of holding, you find that most of your collective stuff is in these. Things that are missing. The Celestia's dragon skin coat.
Funnily enough.
Death, Dishonour, Riptide, the rifled carbine, the revolver. Scamp's shadow cloak. The Mothman silk armour. That severed hand you had.
That what?
The severed hand I've been carrying around like a totally
yeah.
normal child would.
I don't remember the severed hand.
I think you got it.
It lets me cast Chill Touch.
I think you got it in the sort of library of everything that was falling apart.
Oh, I'm not doubting you. I've just forgotten it. Yeah.
Like, I'm imagining the way that you do that is like you slap them, like, you know, some effete dandy challenging somebody to a duel.
Okay, now I remember. Just slap them with a severed hand. Everything's fine.
Literal lich slap.
Oh, well done. That was rubbish. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
And the everything. I think everything else is currently contained in between all of your various kit is contained in those bags.
Cool.
Is friend there?
Oh, except the skulls. The skulls are not there.
God dang.
The Bones sort of asks, I'm sorry, but what is going on? Like, everything looks weird and like I look weird, and like this whole room just turned into like this weird stone place.
You know, you're not the only one, hun. It's not all about you.
Yeah.
Wish I could tell you, but we're doing our best to try and sort this out.
I just got stabbed here and here.
Oh, fuck.
It's been a day.
Yeah, is anyone any good at dealing with that? Because, like, I don't know what I'm fucking doing with it.
Or let me have a look at it. And I go over there and
Honestly, at this point, I don't think there's a great deal you can do.
Someone said was looking at the in those bags. They said they had like a stick. They were analysing it and said something about curative properties.
Oh yeah, no, I've got my magic healing stick, but honestly, it ain't gonna make a scratch on this stab and this stab.
You're bleeding like a lot, hun.
Corzin is going to take out what he believes to be, and would probably be actually labelled as such, like high strength alcohol, just to disinfect it a little bit.
Yeah, you do some very basic wound dressing at the very least.
Alright, now this is gonna sting. Really sorry.
Ow! That hurt more than being stabbed.
I can assure you it probably didn't, but
No, it
Look.
fucking would though, wouldn't it? When the shock's worn off. Oh.
There is that like adrenaline and shock where you don't feel the thing so much.
Also, disinfecting a cut is so much worse than
so
when it
much
happens.
worse. Exactly.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
When I cut my hand with the chisel, barely felt the actual cut. But when they put stitches in, when they put the injection for the like anesthetic,
Oh
fuck,
god.
that hurt so bad.
Oh,
It was so much worse.
Oh, mate. Ow, 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 ow. We should probably put like a content warning on this for like wounds.
Sorry.
good point.
Oh, it's totally fine. We've talked about it like in and out of character. And it just
Yeah.
occurred to me, I was like, there's been like a decent amount of like blood and wounds in this, hasn't there?
Yeah. But
Gore?
yeah, I'm feeling a little bit dodgy. Like maybe 15%.
Yeah, your blood is like on the floor.
Yeah, Skatak is looking seriously injured right now.
Yeah, I am going to. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Well done. I'd help, but I can't.
This many
I might
dice.
dig out the healing stick as well and just
Wait, hang on. It's this many dice. Right, cool.
You see
bash myself with the healing stick. I've forgotten if it was second level. Was it second level, the healing stick?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch as the octopus. Those of you who spirit sight
First
watch as the octopus sort of semi-lovingly wraps its tentacles around your wounds, around
Robert brother.
Skatek's wounds, and sort of seems to like sucker them to like heal them a little. And
You gain 24 hit points.
Nice.
Wow, that's more than double what I was.
and a sort of golden eel-like spirit seems to come out of the staff and very reluctantly smack Scamp to heal them.
So mad.
Thing still hates you all.
Of course it does.
I mean, fair, to be honest.
Yeah.
More so because of how often I forget it exists.
Okay. So, this brief moment of something. You have retrieved your bags of holding. The machine continues to hum gently in the center of the room. Little illusory display up above it.
Right, second verse, same as the first.
A little bit louder and a little bit worse.
As you please.
Okay, how do you want to?
Oh, you've ruined my brain again. Now it's going, cow kick, belly in the belly of the butt. Ah, dang. Anyway. I mean, that needs fucking up, doesn't it? Surely.
Does.
What's on it? Can we have a look before we fuck it? I'm interested. Apparently.
Yeah, the
More scrying stuff?
No, in fact, this machine appears to be the display has the one display lighting up. The rest of it appears to be recessed into it in different ways. You can see that there's a mixture of options for different, apparently analytical or transmutational modes, and it looks like there's the option to distribute power between those different modes as you try and activate them. You don't really know in large amount what they do, but it seems to be all focused around changing properties of things or analysing properties of things.
I don't know what this does. Let's break it.
Yeah.
Change stuff into other stuff, I think.
I'm assuming I've guided Vintner forwards. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. You're just like...
The gun is not leaving him unless
the
I
gun
say
is
it
against
is.
his temple,
Yeah.
and you're just like shoving him forwards with it. Yeah. Precisely what would you like to do next?
Anyone feel like fucking it up? Should I shoot it again? Anyone else want to have a go?
Can I try and work out like how it works and what it could do, or just before we start smashing it? And if I can't figure it out, we'll just smash it.
Sure. Can I have an Arcana check, please?
Yeah.
Oh, 8. I haven't got a clue.
It appears to be a big old thaumaturgical thingamy-bob.
I can't do one, can I?
You can do one. It's untrained, or rather, I guess it's like, yeah, you do one without your proficiency modifier, like just for Tammy just looking.
That was
Hang
nothing.
Am I
I
proficient
found some
in
old
that
notes,
anyway?
and I'm trying to find out the exact.
I guess you
keywords,
could-
the
I'm
magic
not, but I
stick.
have Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades will apply then.
Oh, you're immediately better than me then.
15.
15. Okay. It's actually like once you read.
Sorry, you said things about proficiency, and I'm a bard, and I went, hang on, what?
Yeah, when you look at it with the, like just reading the language, it looks like this machine. Two things come up. First of all, this machine is clearly intended to almost sort of either non-destructively or destructively analyze different magical artifacts or spells, like try and understand what puts them together. It also has the opportunity to change the properties of different things as well. It looks like that you can kind of point, you kind of push a couple of buttons experimentally, and you see some little wands on like little gimbals emerge out of the machine. And you can see how they can be rotated around to point at different things. Probably whatever's meant to be floating in the middle of that little platform. And that there are different settings you can use to just transmute the material. Like temporarily change something partly or completely into a different material.
That's wild.
You could point this at
Trans engine.
yeah. This is the trans engine. You could point these little ones. There's up to 4 of them at anything, and then fire them and change the materials of whatever they fire at. And you can set what material is from a wide selection of options.
To save like my mouth and my brain, I'm going to say I relay this,
Yes.
if that's okay.
Sure.
So we could just break it, or we could figure out how to break it, or we could turn some of its controls into cheese or something. I don't know.
You do
my
find
vote's for the
cheese
last
is one of
one.
the options.
I said that as a throwaway thing, and now I want to do it.
Let's turn the whole
cheese
machine
at least
into
leaves
cheese.
everyone here with a small snack. I think that's the least we can do under the
Oh,
circumstances.
but what happens if it goes undone later?
Turn it into cheese and smash it.
Yeah.
Fair.
It'd be easier to smash if it's cheese.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. What I mean is we shouldn't eat the cheese just in case later it's not
No, that would
cheese
be
anymore.
bad. Yeah, that.
Forbidden
Yeah.
cheese, just smash it.
Forbidden snacks,
Turn
hun.
the
Forbidden
machine
snacks.
to cheese.
Okay, you turn the 4 different elements in on themselves, or like in pointing, one pointing at another of the ones, one pointing straight down, like just positioned inwards on the machine. Flip all the settings to cheese.
I love that you made there be a cheese setting. That was
You
a
don't
very
know whether
good yes.
to put
Have
this in as a
cheese
joke or
setting.
not, but it's there. And you push the glowy red button on it. A series of streams of magic come out of pour out of the ends of the wands as you set them off. One of the wands almost immediately deactivates as the other wand pointed at it turns the wand itself to cheese and it stops working. However, the other 2 that are pointing inwards turn the exterior. One turns the exterior plating of the machine to cheese. One starts turning one turns the interface to cheese, which causes the interface to stop working, locking them both into their current setting. As more and more, as increasing sort of pools of cheese start growing outwards from where they're firing, you realise that this was probably intended that you like fire it at a given setting and then pause it once you hit the.
Oh my god, are we going to accidentally turn the whole university to cheese? This is the best day ever. Whales on legs, cheese room. Hell
Fortunately
yeah.
for the universe, the machine breaks long before that happens as increasing portions of it turn to cheese, stop working, stop self-regulating. The cheese suddenly catches fire, starts melting and bubbling, and with a heavy sort of a blast of cheese-splattered energy arcs out of the machine and buries
Anyone for
itself
fondue?
in the ceiling.
No, that's fondant.
As the machine grinds to a halt and the wands stop working, again, it's like a high-pitched sort of ee that you hadn't realised it was at the edge of your hearing stops. And as you look around, there's a phasing of everyone else's appearance. So you are now. So at this point, you've been seeing yourselves in the forms you were expecting. As the moment changes, everything fades. Think people suddenly fade into themselves. Bitey suddenly fades into the appearance of Corzin Horhace, plus or minus a lot of his equipment. Tammy fades into the appearance of Celestia Stardust. Skatak fades into the appearance of Scamp, the pink tiefling teenager. Diana sort of fades and shrinks a little into the appearance of the increasingly wild-eyed pink-purple skinned tiefling Victory. Several other even more significant changes happen. You watch as first of all, Stabby fades from a ginger cat into a panicked, erratic, and vomiting-looking golden-furred monkey.
Yay, Jeffrey!
The roach in your pocket is still a roach. Oh boy. So Shanty is still Shanty, but her tracksuit changes into long worn whitish grey not rags, but like almost like prison clothes, just simple unadorned clothing.
God, how many people have we killed?
Oh
innocently?
no!
The song rings at her ears vanish, the braces on her teeth vanish, but she does indeed appear to be...
The makeup's gone, I imagine.
The makeup's gone. She's now just a plain-faced looking half-orc woman.
Was Shanty a half-orc this whole time?
She was a half-orc this whole time.
My god, I forgot. Oh,
Yep.
Cool.
Short black hair as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, you're incorrect. She's platinum blonde.
Nah.
I'm totally kidding.
The dye vanishes. She, like... other than that, she doesn't appear to change. Hubert fades out of existence.
Oh no! Oh
Hubert
no!
is gone.
Oh, so some of us aren't
Oh
real.
shit!
Two more figures change to your horrified eyes. You see as both Dr. Archer, the first, your other doctor prisoner, and technician
We're just
Bones
collecting them at this point.
in the corner, their skin fades. Their clothing.
Oh
Until
no.
you see almost like humanoid-looking shells of force.
Weird.
And in the center of their heads, floating, are tiny silver skulls. The one around Bones' one gleaming with blue light, Archer's one gleaming with silvery light.
Shit.
The last person you see shift, Dr. Vintner, looks almost exactly the same, except that in lieu of his open-collared silk shirt and spectacles, there is a stern-looking sort of almost black uniform. Well made but simple, unadorned. And you also see the tape, the rags, and his tie fade out of existence.
Bollocks.
And that is where we are going to pick up next time.
Oh.
Oh no.
Thank you all very much for playing. Thank you all very much for listening. And farewell from all of us here at Flintlocks and Fireballs. Fair seas and natural 20s.
Oh, you kept us in suspense there.
He forgot it. He was going to turn the recording on. I was like, no.
Sorry, I had a real blank there. Fair seas and natural 20s. Everything's going wrong so fast. I just wanted to go to class. I've just watched a man die, or 5. But hey, at least I'm still...
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.